Guys, I'm not gonna lie, this one feels a little weird today. The New York Knicks are taking on the Indiana Pacers, and it's not weird because it's the Pacers. It's weird because it's a 7:30 start time. It's a little earlier than we have been the last couple of weeks here. Right? About maybe just a week. The last week we've been doing some pretty late night games, starting at 9, starting at 10, starting at 8:30, maybe even at the earliest. And here today, we're starting here at 7 for our pregame rundown. So let's go ahead, let's break it all down. Let's talk Knicks, let's talk Pacers. Let's start the show. That is right, folks. That is right, folks. We are indeed back yet again to lay witness to our New York Knicks taking on the Indiana Pacers. The lowly, all the way down there, Indiana Pacers. But when they play the Knicks, they resort back to being all the way up here. We'll see who plays tonight. I'm sure it's already out, so if you guys know what the lineups look like, go ahead, throw it in chat. I'll bring it up over here because we know they usually wait until very late before tip-off to truly announce who's out, especially for the guys who are game-time decisions. I do know for the Knicks, no Karl Anthony Towns, no Josh Hart, and no Jeremy Sohan. Which kind of sucks because with no Karl Anthony Towns, I'm kind of interested in watching Jeremy Sohan. I want to see Sohan out there. Alyssa Lester, what's up, Alyssa? Ram Jam, what's up, Ram Jam? Eric Richards, what's up, Eric? Albert David Oz Jr., Justice's dad, appreciate you guys. Kendra Dixon, what's up, Kendra? Karen, what's up, Karen? Hope all is well. Susan, of course. Joseph, appreciate you guys. Niall Dimitri, as always, what's up, Niall? This is a hard game to talk about. Ricardo Brothway, what's up, Ricardo? This is a hard game to do a pregame rundown for. Not because the Pacers are a hard team to cover, not because the Knicks are a hard team to cover. At this point in the season, we have something between 10 to 15 games, or maybe we have like 13 or 14 games, whatever the case is. We only have a couple of games left, right? Dan Tem, what's up, Dan Tem? We only have a couple of games left here in the season. About 3-4 weeks remaining before we get to the end of the regular season. We get a week off from Knicks basketball. We'll have the play-in games to cover, but then we go into 14 games. There you go, 14 games remaining in the regular season. Thank you, David. Mark, what's up, Mark? So we are winding down this regular season very, very quickly. We don't have a lot of games left to cover. So invariably, it also means we have covered so much Knicks basketball. We know this team, even though we don't know this team, because they are the most inconsistent team in the NBA. And here today, they will be even more inconsistent because they will be without two very important players, Karl Anthony Towns and Josh Hart. Karl Anthony Towns, the most consistent. Crazy how things have switched up, where Jalen Brunson is now the inconsistent one, and Karl Anthony Towns the most consistent performer on this Knicks team these past couple of weeks. Benzino, what's up, Benzino? Dylan Jones is available for New York. Who's that? Zubac is available for Indy. Dylan Jones is a two-way guy the Knicks signed after they waived Tosan and Woma. He is a former second-round draft pick of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Was utilized in a trade to send him over to Washington. Washington ended up waiving him, and the Knicks picked him up as a two-way guy later or earlier in this season. Ram Jam said, I predict a big night for the captain. I hope so. I'm with you. In the rundown, I was about to say, Ram Jam, Jalen Brunson has to put on the cape tonight and be Jalen Brunson. The Jalen Brunson we know and love him to be here tonight. I want to see 25 shot attempts. I want to see 7-8 assists from Jalen Brunson. I need a vintage Brunson performance. I want to see 42 points, 8 assists from Jalen Brunson here tonight. Taking on the Indiana Pacers here tonight. Like I said, it's a hard game to do a pregame rundown for. Ahmed, what's up, Ahmed? The Fleas, what's up, Fleas? We need 45 Brunson, or we're going to lose. Good point, good point. This is a hard game to do a rundown for because the Indiana Pacers have played awful basketball this year. They're 15-51 on the season. They are not good. Eric C, what's up, Eric C? Sometimes I 100% of the time rarely find myself deciding between finding faith in the Knicks. F it, I'll flip a coin. Love that. Love that. You're not wrong for it. Raymond, what's up, Raymond? We need a big game from my team. Absolutely. Absolutely. George, what's up, George? Bruce Fowler, what's up, Bruce? Reddy, what's up, Reddy? The Indiana Pacers, like I said, are an absolute awful regular season team this year. They have been bit by the injury bug, especially earlier in the season. And at this point, while I'm sure they could field a healthy, good rotation and actually make or make like a decent run here and win a couple of games and get to 25 wins or so and end the season on a crazy 10-2 run or whatever the case may be, obviously it's within their best interest to take. And so every victory puts them behind the 8 ball here, especially considering that they made the Zubac trade. My hat is so lopsided. Ever since they made the Zubac trade at the deadline, they traded their pick this year, but the pick is top 4 protected. So the Pacers need to remain in the top 4 in order to retain their pick. So it's within their best interest to lose. So much so that they are losers of their last 11 games. They're on an 11-game losing streak. Whereas the Knicks obviously have motivation to win. They are competing for the 2 seed. The Celtics are on a 2-game losing streak. They lost to the Spurs. They lost to the Thunder last night. Both games we covered. And so the Knicks are looking to battle and find their way to the 2 seed this season, which would be nice. Not really a huge goal of mine, but it would be nice to overcome and beat the Boston Celtics to that 2 seed. That would be great, right? Benzino said 113-112 Indy. Sorry, Chevy. Listen, here's the thing, right? I'm saying the Pacers are bad and terrible and they're tanking, and it is within their best interest to not win here tonight. With all of that being said, the last time these two teams matched up, the Indiana Pacers fielded as good of a roster as they could. They played their healthy guys, and they played them majority of the game. My goodness. Was it a tough outing for the New York Knicks? It was a difficult game, so much so that the Indiana Pacers ended up coming out on top. The tanking Pacers, 15 wins this year, one of them to the New York Knicks. Because, of course, they're going to play their hardest when rivals New York are in their building. And yes, we are in Indiana here today. So we'll see. Will their desire to do everything they can to keep that top 4 pick outweigh their desire to play spoilers to the Knicks this season? I don't know how that will play out. The Indiana Pacers are also on a second night of a back-to-back. They played last night, a game in which Andrew Nembhard had 22 points in the first half and did not play in the second half, where Ivica Zubac played the first half in his team debut with the Pacers and did not play the second half. So clearly, they are tanking and daring the league to take action against them the way the league did take action against a couple of teams earlier in the season. I don't think the NBA, the league, Adam Silver will do anything to the Indiana Pacers. I think they were pressured into it by the betting companies, as many people have reported. The betting companies were the people putting the pressure on Adam Silver in the NBA to take action against teams purposely tanking because it was hurting their ability to win. It was hurting the betting companies' ability to win against people because people were just simply betting the unders for the tanking teams. With all of that being said, I fully expect the Pacers to play this as if it's a playoff game for them. This is a very important game for the Pacers. If they don't, I would be very surprised. My expectation is that they will play this game as if it's a very winnable playoff game for themselves. And so the Knicks have a tough road ahead of them with no Karl Anthony Towns and no Josh Hart. Also no Jeremy Sohan. But I did expect Jeremy Sohan to play with no Towns. So that is actually a big loss for this team. Bruce said, Pacers, Knicks are like Yankees, Red Sox. Throw out the records. Sure, bloodbath. Absolutely, Bruce. Excellent point. Great comparison. It does not matter what the records say. It does not matter how bad of a team the Pacers field out there. I mean, they picked up that win with Micah Potter in the starting lineup. So here today, the New York Knicks with Mitchell Robinson starting with Ariel Hukporty getting minutes. No Jeremy Sohan. No Josh Hart. No Karl-Anthony Towns. Very little rebounding outside of Mitchell Robinson. Everybody is going to have to be on their best behavior and really work the Pacers here tonight, especially with Zubac starting. Here we go. The Fleas, Ben Shepherd dropping 25. NBM, what's up, NBM? So let's break it down as best as we can. Jalen Brunson, the star, the captain. We're going to start where we always start, right? JB, I'm talking right to you, brother. We know what you can do. We know what you're capable of. We know if you've been struggling as of late. Okay, throw that all out the window tonight, Jalen Brunson. Lock in. It is a playoff-type matchup. I'm sure it will be a playoff atmosphere here today in, Gainsbridge Fieldhouse here today in Indiana. It will be a tough night for Jalen Brunson because obviously we know Nembhard plays him well. Nesmith, I also believe, is available to play here today. Let me look up the Indiana Pacers. Let me see if they have posted on Twitter their starting lineup or their injury report. So Nembhard, Nesmith, Kobe Brown, Jarace Walker, and Ivica Zubac. At least there's no Pascal Siakam. I'd say that. I will at least say that. No Pascal Siakam makes this a winnable game for the Knicks. Much more winnable, obviously, than if Pascal Siakam were playing. So Zubac is available. Nembhard is available. Obi Toppin is available. He did not play last night. Aaron Nesmith is available. McConnell is available. Siakam's out. Quinn Jackson's out. Johnny Furphy's out. And Tyrese Halliburton is out. Those guys have legitimate injuries. Siakam, Quinn Jackson, Johnny Furphy, and Tyrese Halliburton. The other guys are on injury management, meaning we are tanking our way to the worst record in the NBA. So the New York Knicks will have their handfuls here today, even without Siakam, now that Zubac is a part of the Pacers, although he is brand new, so hopefully the Knicks can maybe take advantage of that. No Karl-Anthony Towns, unfortunately. Like I said, it's crazy how he and Jalen Brunson have kind of swapped, where Jalen Brunson was by far the most consistent player this season for the Knicks. And Karl-Anthony Towns, we didn't know what version we were getting him on a nightly basis. Now it feels like it's swapped. It's like, okay, well, what version of Brunson are we getting? Is he knocking down shots? Is he dribbling the air out of the ball? Is he turning it over? What version of Jalen Brunson are we getting? And now I feel very confident knowing, well, we're getting a really good version of Karl-Anthony Towns every night, right? Are we getting a great version, or are we just going to get the good version? Which I'm perfectly fine with either way. So, J Money, what's up, J Money? Can't afford to play around with Indiana. They always play us tough, and I do not want to see them lose again. Absolutely. They play us tough. It's going to be a dogfight here tonight. I'd be very surprised to see the Pacers go down big to the New York Knicks tonight, especially with all the players out for the Knicks as well. David said, shout out to Bridges, that bench seat getting warm. Rafael Torres, what's up to Raph? George Jones, what's up, George Jones? Raymond said the Pacers can put street bums in the game and they'll play like madmen. Yes. I mean, I don't want to call them street bums, the players that were out there last time. But like I said, Micah Potter got to start at center. And I walked into that game like, okay, book it. Good Karl-Anthony Towns game here tonight. He's going up against Micah Potter. No problem. Knicks should be able to pull off this victory today. And they lost. Karen, always love seeing you, Karen. Bruce said, everyone loves SGA, and why not? He's a good kid. Who boos Wemby? There are like 3 or 4 arenas where JB is booed every time he touches the ball. Detroit, Indiana, Philly. He hates me. Pretty true. Rap said, I believe that the New York Knicks will win tonight. I hope so. A lot is going to be relied upon guys like OG and Anunoby here tonight to take a step up, who is now jumps up the pecking order into number 2. He is the second scoring option here tonight, maybe even the third, depending. Anunoby's been playing very well as of late, so there's not much to talk about with OG, because when he plays well, the Knicks play well. So as long as he plays well tonight, then the Knicks will have a good chance of beating the Pacers. He's also been knocking down his threes, which is very important for the New York Knicks and their spacing principles. But the most important guy for their spacing principles, to me, in my opinion, the number one most important guy, a little bit of the barometer of whether or not the Knicks are actually going to have a good shooting night, Mikal Bridges. And boy, oh boy, is he in the doghouse. Is he mired in an absolute funk right now? I have no idea what's going on with Mikal Bridges. He put up a donut, and he had 7 points. And what did he have the other night? I'll tell you what, it was in single digits likely. Very likely it was in single digits against the Utah Jazz. He was not good offensively nor defensively, whereas at least in the LA games, both the Clippers and the Lakers, I thought, okay, the offense was bad for sure, but at least he brought it defensively. I actually liked his defense in those two games. I don't know what happened in that Utah Jazz game. Not a lot of people played well. Shout out Jordan Clarkson. Obviously, we'll get to Jordan Clarkson, who will be playing tonight especially with all the injuries. Mikal Bridges, he's got to show up today. He's going to get more touches, he's going to get more reps, and he's going to be relied upon more. So you got to bring it. You got to get buckets here tonight. And the Knicks are not going to be able to go far without you, Mikal Bridges. So you either get with the program or go sit your butt on the bench and we're going to play Jordan Clarkson. Because at least he gives buckets. Bruce said, they're talking about him nationally. I'm right in the middle of the conversation, so I don't know what we're talking about, but Ahmed said Bridges will be coming off the bench. Bridges won't be coming off the bench, will he? He's not coming off the bench. You guys are lying to me. You guys are lying to me. Did New York put out their lineups? You guys are not. You're not serious. If I look up the Knicks, happy birthday, Landry Shamet. They did not put out their starting lineup. So we do not know. We do not know. Right? Are you lying to me? Is this what you guys want? Right? Is this what you guys want, that Mikal Bridges comes off the bench? Don't say so emphatically that he is indeed coming off the bench. James Edwards III is usually right on it. He is out tonight. James Edwards III. So I'm going to go to Beggs. I'll go to Ian Begley. Just that said, Clarkson, 33, is averaging career low 8.9 points. He's not really in the rotation anymore, so that's why his scoring is so low. He was averaging over 10. No one's posted the starting lineups for the Knicks yet. I assume it will be Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, and Landry Shamet. That is my guess. MBM said NBA is starting. Okay, yes, I assume he will be starting. I highly doubt that he will be coming off the bench for the New York Knicks at any point during his tenure here with the Knicks. Sons Jen, what's up, Sons Jen? Hope all is well today. All is good. All is good. It feels weird to be live this early. I'm not going to lie, because we just spent the week starting at like 8:30, 9 o'clock on a couple of late night games. So it felt a little weird. It felt a little weird getting ready so early. The sun was still out as I was getting ready. It's now down, but... Crandon, what's up, Crandon? Happy to see you as always. Josh Hart is not available here today. The second straight game. I'll tell you what, he deserves some time off. Guy gets beat up. Guy hits the floor hard. I'm missing Josh Hart already, watching him be able to play. 4:30 p.m. here. True. Very true. But you guys are used to early start times for East Coast games. It just feels weird because we've been covering late night games where the Knicks were on their West Coast road trip, and then we were also covering the Celtics, who were also coincidentally on a West Coast road trip. So every game we were covering were late night games. Now we are back to the East Coast. Now we are back to our regularly scheduled program. Crandon, I always pick the bad time to start playing like crap. Shout out to Sarge. Shout out Julius Randle, brother. His timing is perfect. He's got perfect timing, Crandon. As a Knicks fan, we know him well. We know this time of the year well. No Josh Hart tonight. Mitchell Robinson will be in the starting lineup. I assume. I have not seen the starting lineups. They have not posted it yet, but I assume Mitchell Robinson will be in the starting lineup. We know what he's capable of. He's going to have a big task on his shoulders guarding Big Zoo out there. Zubac is actually one of my favorite, most underrated centers in the NBA, and I'm actually devastated that he ended up with the Pacers because I think he's really great. Ahisha, what's up, Ahisha? Deuce McBride, no update, just the same wording, same verbiage coming out about Deuce McBride and his process. Coming along well, moving well. He's doing some, small things on the court. Nothing major, not cleared for anything major. There's still optimism he'll come back for the end of the regular season, and I think people are pretty positive he'll at worst be back for game one of the regular season of the playoffs. Bray, what's up, Bray? Happy to see you, brother. Landry Shamet, I assume, will also be in the starting lineup here today. He's coming off a pretty miserable shooting night against the Utah Jazz. A pretty miserable shooting road trip for Landry Shamet. Now back on the East Coast, although we are still on the road here in Indiana. Hopefully he gets back on track. That three-point shot is definitely necessary for a guy like Landry Shaman in the role that he has. If he's not knocking down threes, it gets real spooky out there for him. Even though he can do a couple of other things really well, like be a good point of attack defender, but he needs that perimeter shooting to keep his head above water as an above average role player. Mojo to Mojo. With App Station is the game on tonight. It is not a nationally covered game, so it is on your local broadcast if you are living obviously in the New York or Indiana area. If you have League Pass, you're going to watch on League Pass. I'm going to be watching it through the Amazon Prime League Pass, which means I'll be watching the Pacers broadcast, but normally you could also watch it through the Gotham Sports app, right? That is another option. But it is not nationally covered. It is just a simple regular station game, right? Mark, hit your three, Shams, is necessary. It is necessary for Sham to hit his threes. Another guy who's necessary to knock down his shots is Jose Alvarado, who has been absolutely putrid shooting from the field since coming over to the Knicks. He had one good game as a New York Knick. That Philadelphia game before the All-Star break, where he had 5 steals, knocked down 8 threes, scored 20-some-odd points. He was fantastic. And since then, he has forgotten how to shoot. My guy cannot shoot. He's got that famous clip of him running back or coming down on offense in transition, and D'Angelo Russell doesn't know who he is, and he's looking at his teammates, and he's wondering if he should close out on him. He's like, can that guy shoot? And Alvarado pulls up from 3, and he says, yes, I can shoot. I need that version of Jose Alvarado back. Where is the confidence with the three-point shot? Can you knock down some shots here? My goodness, does it feel like a guy who... If he scores 8 points per game, which was his average with the Pelicans, if he scores 8 points per game, 8 points with the Knicks, I'd be shocked at this point. I'd be absolutely shocked with his ability to get a bucket. Because right now, he is simply just a pick and roll machine. He's not giving anything outside of that to the New York Knicks. The defense is solid, but nothing great, nothing world changing. And I just need him to be better overall. And I don't blame anybody asking for Tyler Kolek over him at this point. Naughty Ghost, what's up, Naughty Ghost? Did you see that study that shows as of this season, the 2 is generating more points per shot attempt than the 3? I didn't see that. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. Mojo said, explains why I can't find it. I see Towns out tonight. Is he injured? He is out with an injury. He's out with a knee soreness thing. We did see him in the Clipper game grabbing at his knee, but he did play the Jazz game, and he looked perfectly fine. I think it's just like an injury management rest kind of situation. Same with Josh Hart, injury management rest kind of situation. If this were a playoff game, both guys would be playing. But unfortunately, they are out tonight. Or maybe fortunately, they kind of wearing down a little bit. They definitely needed a little bit of rest, and it's smart to get the rest now going into the playoffs, right? Arlene, what's up, Arlene? Have a good night. Hit the like button. Appreciate you, Arlene. Appreciate you for that. Nadigo said both shots are creating significantly more points than 30 years ago. Well, I would also expect that. Efficiency has gone through the roof in the NBA. Efficiency is the name of the game of the NBA now. Whereas back then, it was just, maybe just, a different time. Trapped in the 90s. What's up, Trapped in the 90s? Captain Mastiff. What's up, Captain Mastiff? Joe said it's only one game. He'll be fine, I bet. We'll see. Hopefully it is only one game, and I assume it's more of an injury management situation where they got some knick-knack injuries, and they're like, how about you just take a game off to, fully get back to where we want you to be health-wise. K Hazy, what's up, K Hazy? Bray said, Pacers tanking? Yeah, I mean, that is the expectation, but when it comes to the New York Knicks, they are not. With all of the injuries here tonight, salute to Mo Diawara, who I expect and hope gets a ton of minutes and a ton of playing time and a ton of opportunity here today because, boy, oh boy, does he show something new every single night. He showed the big poster dunk that he had against Batum the other night against the Clippers. And then after that, against the Utah Jazz, he showed a nice Euro step in the paint. Also knocked down a couple threes. Hopefully here tonight, he's a little bit more efficient with the shot making. Shots starting to go a little awry for a rookie, but the defense is still there. The impact is still there. The confidence you can clearly see is still there for my guy. Orizo, what's up, Orizo? Benzino said Mo has my top, his 18-point December 29th high. And Jeremy Sohan is out, which is truly unfortunate to me because with Karl Anthony Towns out, I definitely think there was a possibility that we could have seen some Jeremy Sohan minutes, but he is also out here tonight, which is unfortunate. And the man of the hour, Jordan Clarkson, who came up huge in the Jazz game. Very important for him to play well, obviously, for a place that he called home for 5.5 seasons. Now here with the New York Knicks, finally went back home there, got a hero's welcome by Jazz fans and the Jazz coaching staff and their players before. Truly loved Jordan Clarkson, and I was really happy to see him show out against the Jazz that night and get the opportunity to do so. Put up 20-plus points. I believe he was the leading scorer in the game for the Knicks at 27. And I thought he was utterly fantastic, especially in that fourth quarter, even though the Jazz definitely were tanking that second half. But it was nice to see from Jordan Clarkson. He has been an absolute professional this season. Since being removed out of the rotation, the defense has skyrocketed and significantly improved. It's not a coincidence. But also, him just being a professional, and whenever he's asked and called upon, he comes to the game and makes a positive impact. So shout out Jordan Clarkson. They're going to need him again here today against the Pacers. Hopefully he shows up and shows out again because they're going to need a guy like him to put up points, missing Karl-Anthony Towns and Josh Hart. David said JC Fan Club president here. Shout out to David, president of the JC Fan Club. Zenith, what's up, Zenith? Tyler Kolek probably won't see minutes here tonight. He is behind Brunson, behind Alvarado, behind Jordan Clarkson in the depth chart. So shout out Tyler Kolek. Stay ready, kid. It's not your time right now, but your time is on its way. And now we get to the Pacers. The weird and funky Pacers. I don't know how to talk about the Pacers this season. And for specifically, maybe I do for the season, but specifically for this game, I don't know how to talk about this team. Because like I said, they are a tanking team. It is in their best interest to lose these games. But as I say that, the last time the Indiana Pacers matched up against the New York Knicks, they played it like, they were battling for the 1 seed, these two teams. Right? It was a playoff game type atmosphere against the Pacers last time. And so here today, I expect it to be the same. Thankfully for the Knicks, no Pascal Siakam, who is by far the best player on the team. Goes Travie. What's up, Travie? I need Brunson below 39.5 PRA. Do you think he can be under? Maybe, I guess. No Towns means there's a lot more pressure on Brunson to perform, so that's not a bet I would have taken. Paul Dog NYC, what's up, Paul? Happy to see you. Captain Massive said, it's actually Captain Mast the 4th. I see. I'll call you Captain Mast. I don't know how it all got jumbled up. Well, YouTube changed the way their names appear in chat, so it used to show up the way you would want it to show up. But now they show it up as an @ So there is no way to change. You used to be able to, but now there is no way to change the way the way your name is presented in chat. So it kind of just gets bunched up together, and it comes out looking like Captain Mastiff. But I can call you Captain Mast. I can call you whatever you want to be called. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. No Pascal Siakam tonight. It helps out the Knicks. It helps them out. To what degree, we will see. Because like I said, the Indiana Pacers, they have some dark magic they utilize. We'll see if they utilize it here tonight against the Knicks, trying to play spoiler against them tonight, as the Boston Celtics just dropped 2 in a row, as the Knicks try to battle for that 2 seed. Obviously, that works out well for them, but the Knicks have to take advantage of their weak schedule right now. They have 6 games against teams under 500. They should be able to pull these out. Chaos Kid, what's up, Chaos Kid? Andrew Nembhard had an absolute fantastic game last night. Again, tonight they were on the second night of a back-to-back, but Nembhard did not play in the second half of last night's game. Bonita, what's up, Bonita? David Raj Jr. said USA Canada baseball tonight. That's a good one. If I were not streaming the game, that's a second monitor game right there. I'm not gonna lie. It's a second monitor game. I'd have that up over on the side. Andrew Nembhard had a spectacular game. He had 22 points in the first half, and he did not play in the second half. Again, they're tanking. Also, rest for the next game. All of the things, all of the excuses the Pacers come up with as to why Nembhard did not play in the second half last night. They wanted to lose the game. They also wanted to be prepared to play against the Knicks here tonight. So he's going to be fresh and ready to go. We know he's always a tough matchup for the Knicks. He has insane confidence in the Brunson matchup at this point. So here we go. I expect him to have at least 30-some-odd points here tonight and knock down 4 ridiculous step-back threes against the Knicks here tonight. Ivica Zubac, it's my first look. I assume our first look at Ivica Zubac taking on the Knicks today, wearing an Indiana uniform. Zubac is one of my favorite underrated centers in the NBA, one of my favorite underrated players in general in the NBA, and it makes me sick to my stomach that he is now in Indiana Pacers because he is now a rival to my Knicks. Right? He is absolutely fantastic. He's a big boy to handle down low. He's got nice soft touch. He's got good positioning. Very intuitive screen setter. I think Tyrese Halliburton is going to absolutely adore playing with Zubac. Zubac very smart on the short roll as well. Like I said, very good finisher in the paint, whether it's a little flip shot or knocking down little push shots or hook shots or anything like that down low. I think he's a significant upgrade even over Miles Turner. Now, he doesn't spread to the three-point line like Turner did, but shooting threes is not the only way you can generate spacing in the NBA from the big perspective. I think Isaiah Hartenstein is the best center example of that in the NBA, where he generates a ton of space with his playmaking and his ability to knock down the floater. Zubac is very much in that same role as well. I think it's fantastic. Mark said, can we please crush this team tonight? I hope so, Mark. I hope the Pacers value their first-round pick more than they value beating the Knicks. I just don't think they do. Chad Baker, what's up, Chad? Knicks been playing horrible. I'm taking the under. They have been wacky offensively as of late. We don't know what version we're gonna get from them. I wouldn't say horrible though. Ruzande, what's up, Ruzande? BTA tonight? I hope so, man. I hope so. Ahmed said, I think a lot of people are sleeping on Zubac. I think they are, Ahmed. I think it was one of the bigger steals at the deadline I saw. Like when I saw that hit the timeline, I was like, whoa! The Pacers are loaded up and ready for next season. They are going to be so difficult to deal with. With Halliburton back, you get Nembhard, Nesmith, Siakam, and Zubac in that starting lineup. That's a tough starting lineup right there. And like I said, I think he's an upgrade over Miles Turner, let alone, obviously, who they had starting at center this season for the Pacers. I think he's an upgrade over Miles Turner as well. Chaos Kid said Jalen for 40-plus tonight. I hope so. I hope it's that kind of night. Deb Snyder, what's up, Deb? Zubac is going to do well tonight. Just a hunch? Probably. He is matched up with Robinson, so hopefully Robinson can slow him down a bit. Muhammad, what's up, Muhammad? Mikal Bridges needs to step up. Yes, he does. Knicks need to crush the Pacers tonight. I hope they do, but I don't have a ton of confidence in it. Nesmith has been out for a while. He's in and out of the lineup, mostly because they're tanking and they want to make sure they hold on to that pick. He is, of course, playing tonight. So expect him to go off for 4 or 5 threes after a pretty disappointing season so far this year. TJ McConnell, the Demon. My goodness, I got nothing but positive things to say about TJ McConnell. He's one of the scariest backup guards I have ever seen. Truly, this is not hyperbole. Literally one of the most terrifying backup guards I've ever seen. Don't be fooled by his size and stature. This man's a demon on the court. There is no guarding him. I've seen him take Caruso to the rim. I've seen him have players sag off of him, and he still finds the ability to either get all the way to the rim or get to the mid-range and knock down shots. It's absolutely insane what he has been capable to do. He is horrifying to watch as an opponent. I'm sure the Pacers absolutely adore this guy. Because if he wasn't a Pacer, I probably would too. Obi Toppin, after suffering a stretch fracture in his foot, has been able to come back. He missed last night's game. He is playing today. Of course, between the two games, who would you want to play against? Of course, your former team. So Obi Toppin will be available to play tonight. He is not in the starting lineup, though. Jay Huff is also available tonight. He will also be playing, but he will be backing up Ivica Zubac here tonight. Let me turn off my heat, because I believe that's the last guy we have to talk about here as we get ready for the tip-off. So let's go ahead. Last guy on the list? That is indeed the last guy on the list. Shout out Jay Huff. Isaiah Gardner, what's up, Isaiah? Good thing Pascal's not playing today. Great thing Pascal Siakam is not playing today, because boy, oh boy, would I suddenly not be very, very confident in my Knicks. Mr. Nixon, what's up, Mr. Nixon? Is this game going to be a good test for the New York? Pacers play fast? I hope it's not, but it might be. Ozahar, what's up, Ozahar? Andrew Brooks, what's up, Andrew? Love my Knicks. We can never underestimate the Pacers. Never. Absolutely never. AP, what's up, AP? What's the game plan tonight? We need this one. No cat. The game plan is Jalen Brunson put the cape on. The game plan is Mikal Bridges show up for the first time in a week. The game plan is OG Anunoby play well. The game plan is Mitchell Robinson needs to slow down Zubac. Honestly, the game plan is the Knicks just need to play well. We're making the joke and the assumption, all night that the Pacers always play the Knicks well, and it's always a difficult matchup for them because the Pacers love to take it to the Knicks and all of the things. But at the end of the day, the Knicks, even with the injuries they have today, with missing Karl-Anthony Towns, missing Josh Hart, missing Sohan, missing Deuce McBride, three very important key players for the New York Knicks out of the lineup today, they still should be able to beat the Indiana Pacers, sans Halliburton, sans Pascal Siakam. They're down their two best players. So they should still be able to pull off this victory in pretty dominating fashion. Hopefully that is the case, but here we go. Mojo said OG's my X Factor. I think Mikal Bridges is my X Factor. I expect OG to play well enough. I'm not sure what we're getting from Mikal, right? Not sure. Here we go. The Knicks win the tip, and we're off and running. Bridges has it up top, being guarded by Jorge Walker, who's applying a ton of pressure already into Mikal Bridges' ball handling. Shaman on the right wing, being guarded by Nesmith. Nembhard denying Brunson the ball. They finally hand it off to Brunson, and Nembhard gets the steal. And Nembhard off and running. Robinson hustling back. Nembhard kicks it out to Nesmith. Attacking Shaman off the bounce. Spins. Kicks it back out to Nembhard. Nembhard gets it over to Walker. Walker inside pass to Zubac. Zubac down the lane. Stops. Spins. Flips it up with the right hook. Can't get it to go. Robinson a rebound. Okay, Mitch. Okay. You turned it over earlier trying to hand it off to Brunson. Now we get to the Brunson. Brunson driving it down in the lane. Kicks it out to Shaman. Right corner three for Landry. In and out halfway down, but Landry Shaman can't get it to stay. And they need Landry to get back on track from three. He's been miserable since going on that West Coast road trip. They get it over to Zubac up top. Zubac being guarded by Robinson. They hand it off to Nembhard, being chased by Bridges. Gets into the lane, leaves it off to Zubac. Flips it up with the right hand. Can't bank it in. Fight for the rebound. Robinson rips it away. That's two good, well-contested shots from Robinson over Zubac. And he snags both rebounds. Bridges throws a lob to Robinson. He couldn't catch it cleanly. Tried to throw it down with the one hand back here. Bounces off the side of the rim. Goes over the backboard and out of bounds. Ball back to the Pacers. I like that they threw it to him. Robinson just couldn't convert on the lob attempt. I like that they threw it, though. I like that they threw it. We're still tied at 0. We're still tied at 0. Here comes Nembhard. Nembhard has it up top, being guarded by Shaman. Gets it over to Nesmith. Back to Nembhard. Nembhard coming to his right up the Zubac screen. He's got space. Pocket pass to Zoo. Kicks it out to Walker, who puts up the three over Brunson. Jorge Walker misses it. Robinson already his third rebound. Here comes Jalen Brunson. Brunson up top on the right wing, being guarded by Walker. Brunson driving to his left, in the lane, throws up the floater, got it to go, and Jalen Brunson, vintage Brunson, gonna need that from Jalen Brunson tonight. Absolutely gonna need it. Joe said every game, these slow starts. It's not a slow start yet. Both teams off to a slow start. They'll be all right. Be all right. Walker up top, coming to his right to Zubac screen. Coming to his left at the foul line. Pump fake, spins. Got nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Nesmith. Nesmith driving to his right. Step back, fall away. Foul line jumper comes up short, but gets the friendly roll. It hung on that front of the rim for what felt like forever, and then rolls over the top of it and falls through the basket. Tied at 2. They get over to Anunoby. Jab step, crosses over, down the lane, layup at the basket. Can't get the layup to go. Rebound gets knocked out of the air. Loose ball. Pacers pick it up. Nembhard off and running. Hit ahead to Kobe Brown. Brown on the left wing up top to Nembhard. Catches. Pump fake. Dancing with it up top. Coming to his right at the Zubac screen. He's got space. Mid-range. Kicks it out. Nesmith right corner 3 over Anunoby. He can't get it to go. Robinson yet another rebound. Here comes Brunson. Brunson gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby has it up top. Coming to his right. Hands it off to Shaman. Shaman off the catch. Puts up the 3. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Nembhard pulls it down. Comes Nembhard. Quick crossover to his right on OG. Bump Euro down the lane. Gets blocked but fouled. Then he'll go to the foul line for 2. All right, now we could officially say it's a slow start. Yet again. Isaiah Gardner said we need a big game from Brunson. And we need a huge game from Brunson here tonight. Huge game from Brunson here tonight. It's crazy because at this point, our best down here attacker feels like it's Moji O'Hara between Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, which is very unfortunate to say that I'm more confident in the rookie getting paint touches versus Anunoby or Bridges right now, but it's kind of where I'm at. Dennis Floyd with the Dennis. Is it time to come off the fence and show some confidence on the Knicks? Who's on the fence, brother? There's nobody more positive about the Knicks than me. Nembhard knocks down both free throws. Bridges up top. Switched on to by Kobe Brown. Bridges gets it over to Brunson. Brunson's got some space. Coming to his left down the lane. Another floater. Can't get it to go, but Robinson can't get the first tip, but he gets the second tip. Mitchell Robinson just padding his stats. There you go, Big Mitch. He's already got 6 rebounds. They get it up top to Nembhard, dancing with it. Coming to his right off a Nembhard screen. Snaking it back to his left hand. Foul line, fall away jumper. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. A long rebound. Kobe Brown ends up with it. Back to Nembhard. Nembhard back to Brown. Brown coming to his right of the Zubac screen. Step back mid-range jumper. Can't get that one to go either. Pacers settling for some mid-range shots with Mitchell Robinson walling off the paint here tonight. And they're just not knocking him down. Anunoby up top gets pickpocketed, but Shamet able to recover the loose ball. Anunoby has it in the post against Nembhard. Backing him down. One pump fake spin. Fall away jumper. Comes up short. Good defense from Nembhard. Not a good enough move from OG. Here comes Nembhard bringing it down the other way. Attacking to his left, behind his back. Gets it over to Zubac. Zubac directing traffic. Keeps it. Has it up top, picks up his handle. Good ball denial from the Knicks to get it out to Walker. Walker coming to his right, an offensive foul on Jarace Walker, using the off arm to hook and fend against Landry Shamet there. The Indiana Pacers working around these Zubac screens, man. Zubac is so huge. He's had such good screens. The Knicks struggling to get over those screens right now. Brian Jacobs, what's up, Brian? Brunson bringing it down, being guarded by Nembhard. Brunson coming to his right up a Bridges screen. They get it over to Anunoby. Anunoby crosses over to his left off a Robinson screen. He's got a lane to the rim, leans in, goes up, two-handed slam as he moved Ivica Zubac out of the way. And we are under 8 to go. My timer about 30 seconds behind. We'll catch up. Nembhard up top gets it over to Zubac. Zubac hands it off to Nesmith. Nesmith coming to his left, down the lane in the paint. Kicks it out. Jarace Walker will step into and line up a right wing 3. He can't get it to go. Robinson, yet another rebound, already his 7th. It's a 6-4 start here for the Knicks. 7.5 to go here in the first quarter. Anunoby coming to his left off the Robinson screen. They throw the lob up top, and Robinson this time catches it and throws it down with the one hand, whereas he missed the lob earlier from Bridges. There you go, Knicks, looking for Big Mitch under the rim. I love to see that. I love to see that. He's 2 for 4 from the field already tonight. Robinson getting a shot attempt to get it down low to Nesmith, who posterizes Bridges. Come on, McHale. What an aggressive attack from Aaron Nesmith there. Brunson up top being guarded by Nembhard. Swings it out to Shamet. Wide open right wing 3. He can't get it to go. Robinson battling on the glass. Kobe Brown knocks it away from him. Here comes Nembhard bringing it down the other way. They get it over to Brown. Brown pump fakes, driving it down to the lane. Gets the foul and the layup for Kobe Brown. He's going to the foul line for one more. And the Pacers quickly come answering right back. Great pass from Zubac as well, as Nesmith slips the screen on the off ball, gets to the rim. Tammy, what's up, Tammy? Isaiah Gardner said, the more Mitch is involved in the offense, the more aggressive he is. Yep. The more involved he is offensively, the more the Knicks look for him for those lobs and drop-off passes, the more aggressive he will be attacking the glass. He's already got 7 rebounds here tonight. Already up to 7. Nobody else has a more than 1. On both sides. Nobody else has more than 1 rebound. Nembhard has 3, my bad. And Kobe Brown has 2. And Mitchell Robinson has 7. George said we need our bench tonight. Yeah, this is definitely an all-hands-on-deck situation against the Pacers here tonight. With Towns out, no Josh Hart. We already know we've been out with Deuce McBride for a while. 3 very important role players out for the Knicks. You're going to need guys on your bench to step up who don't normally step up. We're looking at to see if Jordan Clarkson can continue his good play. We're going to see if Mo Diawara can have a good night tonight. Brian Jacobs said Zubac can waste fouls on picks. That worries me. As quick as the Pacers play, I want Matherin and Jackson back. Oof, I don't know, but I love Zubac, Brian. I thought that was an absolute steal. An absolute steal of a trade. He said I love Big Zoo. He's just kidding. I love Zubac, man. He was one of my favorite underrated bigs in the NBA. And to see him end up on the rival Pacers disgusts me. Because I love him so much, and now I can't root for him. The Flea said Mitch is going to want $85 million. Mitch is going to want like $200 million. But it's about what his value and what his market is going to end up being. We'll see. Those are off-season questions. These are off-season questions. Yak said, pace is so fast for Mitch right now. I think Mitch is fine. I think Mitch has done a great job of walling off the paint. He's forced the Pacers to settle for mid-range shots, and while they're makeable, they just haven't knocked them down tonight, which is good. He's not allowing anybody to really get to the rim right now. I don't think the pace has been an issue for Mitchell Robinson right now. Honestly, right now, he's been the best player on the court for the Knicks. Benzino said money doesn't make you happy. It doesn't make you happy, but it helps contribute to the happiness for sure. Brian said, I love Zubac too. He's learning to shoot threes for next year. I don't know if you need him shooting threes, but it wouldn't, it's never bad. Never bad to develop a three-point shot. I tell you what, I would prefer Zubac shooting threes to being down low in the paint. That dude's a load to handle, man. That's a big dude down there. George said Bridges works better with Kolek. He also works better with Josh Hart. Josh Hart does a great job fouling Bridges. This is true. This is true. Pacom Dadier, the first one off the bench for the Knicks tonight. Dadier is out there as the Knicks, and with Huck Porty. He comes in for Shamit. Interesting. Brunson dancing with it up top against Nesmith. Leans in, step back, baseline jumper, in and out, and in again for Jalen Brunson. As Kobe Brown did miss that free throw, so now it's 10-8, 6:30 to go. They swing it around. Kobe Brown, a left wing three. He can't get it to go. Anunoby the rebound. Remember, the Pacers are on the second night of a back-to-back, so you can see some of their jump shots are very off. Anunoby lobs it down low to Bridges, and Bridges lays it up and in. There you go, finding Bridges. Want to see Bridges go off here. Brian said we got Toppin. He's about to check in, and Toppin loves to play well against his former team. They swing it over to Kobe Brown, pump fakes, driving it down, kicks it up top. Jay Huff, the straightaway three. Jay Huff in and out, can't get it to stay. Dadier, the rebound. Here comes Brunson. I love seeing Dadier out there. Come on, Dadier, give us something. They swing it up top to Dadier, gets it out to Anunoby. Anunoby attacking to his right, putting his head down, attacking in the lane, leaves it off for Huck Porty. Huck Porty pump fakes back to Anunoby, and the two-handed slam over Jay Huff. I love OG just casually rising up and throwing it down on people. You think he's going to lay it up and in, and then he's just so high up there, he just next thing you know, he's hanging on the rim. McConnell attacking to his left along the baseline. Kicks it out to Jay Huff. Pump fakes, driving to his left. He slips and falls. Huck Porty is down there on top of him, battling for it. And it's going to be a jump ball. Jay Huff just slipped and fell there on the court, just lost his footing. And so he gets tied up with Huck Porty. It's going to be a jump ball. OG Vert does that. It's crazy. The Vert is crazy. The Vert is indeed crazy. Lana Mona said, Dadier, what's up with that? Giving the kid a chance. I like it. I like it. You got some players out. Give him a chance. Why not? Why not? Brian said OG had to ask for 50 tickets for tonight's game, Indiana legend. Shout out OG Anunoby. Indiana legend. Tom Crean. Tom Crean got the faith. Lana Mona said, Josh out, who else? No Karl Anthony Towns, no Josh Hart, no Deuce McBride, no Jeremy Sohan tonight for the New York Knicks. Jay Huff wins the tip. Clarkson is also in the game now, along with Toppin. Toppin doesn't have the hair braided. What's up with that? What's up with that, Obi? Fall-away jumper from McConnell. Can't get it to go over Dadier. Dadier, the secret McConnell stopper? I'm a chill. He just missed the jumper. Brunson has it on the right wing, being guarded by Shepard. Brunson likes this matchup. Just bullies his way into the paint. Comes up short on the floater attempt. Huck Porty can't grab the rebound, but I believe they call a loose ball foul on Jay Huff, who was falling backwards into Huck Porty. So the ball will stay here with the Knicks. 5:05 to go. Brian Jacobs said, Obi been looking like Bone Thugs for a while now. Obi, what's up, brother? What's up, Obi? He said, man, the season does not matter. He said, season no longer matters. Appearances no longer matters. I don't need to get the hair braided, man. It's too much effort. Not for every game. Brunson has it up top, being hounded by Nesmith. Brunson coming to his right. Brunson with the shot clock winding down. Pump fake, leans in. He's got nowhere to go. Spins, kicks it out to Dadier. Dadier, he's got to put it up from the logo. Dadier got it to go. I had a feeling. Pacom Dadier, baby. Knicks take a 9-point lead here, 8-17. Mo Diawara in the game now. Toppin gets caught in the air. Gets it over to McConnell. McConnell can't save it over to Toppin. Clarkson picks his pocket. Kicks it out to Dadier. Launch another one. Launch another one, Dadier. Can't get that one to go. Rebound to Mo Diawara. Kicks it out to Brunson. Brunson on the right wing. My guy, man. My guy, Mark. I told you about Dadier. I told you. Clarkson shoots up the fall-away floater, can't get it to go. Good defense from the Pacers. Clarkson almost came up with a steal there, but jumped the passing lane too early. McConnell gets it out to Toppin. Toppin pump fakes, now puts up the three, and Toppin answers back with a three of his own finally, and it's back to a 6-point game with 4 minutes to go here. Brian said, that's tonight's going to be a good game tonight. Brunson walks into a mid-range jumper, can't get that one to go, and a loose ball foul on Huck Porty. All right, Huck. That's the first three of the game. Good point. Good point. First three of the game from Dadier goes to the logo three. Logo Dadier. We're going to change his name to Logo Dadier from now on. Ball back to the Pacers here. 3:55 to go here in the first quarter. Under 4 to go. Isaiah Garner said, I always had faith in Paco. He's been my guy since the beginning. I never switched up. McConnell has it up top. Brunson switches onto him. Quick crossover to his right. Driving it down. Leans in. Puts up the jumper. Can't get it to go. Mo Diawara the rebound. Here comes Jalen Brunson. Brunson gets it over to Dadier in the right corner. Dadier hands it off to Brunson. Brunson in the right corner attacking Toppin. Stop, turn, half spin in the paint. Pump fake, leans in. Stops, pivots, kicks it out. Diawara the left wing three. Diawara too strong. Rebound. And now Jay Huff ends up fouling Ariel Huck Porty battling on the glass. These two guys can't stop guarding each other. They can't stop fouling each other. They can't guard each other. They can't stop fouling each other. Jay Huff subs out. Jersey, that said 5 threes hit in the season for Dadier. Improvement, baby. Steady improvement, Mark. Steady improvement. Logodier. Brunson off the handoff from Shaman off the inbound. Brunson has it up top being guarded by Nembhard, who's come back in. Brunson has it in the post. Stop, fall away midi for Brunson. Finally got another one to go for JB. Okay. 8-point lead. 3 minutes to go here. Nembhard has it up top. Coming to his left off a Zubac screen. Pass fake, slips, almost falls. Somehow kicks it out to Toppin, who puts up the three. Can't get it to go. Robinson with the rebound over Zubac. His 8th of the first quarter. Here comes Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson up top, behind the back, coming to his left, pulls it out. He's being guarded by Walker, coming to his right at the Robinson screen. Brunson leans in, foul line, pulling a jumper. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Rebound, gets knocked out of Brunson's hands by Joyce Walker, got his fingertips on it. Out to McConnell now, driving it down in the paint. Kicks it out up top to Nembhard. Nembhard down low to Zoo. Zoo being guarded by Robinson, backing him down. Flips it up with the right hook, got it to go for Zubac. 2:30 to go now. Shaman 0 for 3 from three-point range. Yeah, that three-point shot is abandoning Shaman right now. He's in a bad slump. Shot at 42% all season and is slumping right now. Ooh, Dadier dancing with it to the rim. Smokes a layup really badly. Doesn't even hit rim. Hits all backboard. Toppin driving it down. Gets caught in the air. Kicks it out to McConnell. McConnell gets it back to Toppin. Diawara hustling. But they swing it around to Jace Walker. Wide open right corner three. And Walker knocks it down. That is all because of Mo Diawara. Too wild out there. That last sequence with the wild layup attempt. It looked like maybe the ball slipped out of his hands, but wild layup attempt for Mo Diawara, a rookie moment for sure. And then on the other end, trying to make up for it because now the Knicks are in scramble mode. Brunson ends up guarding Toppin in the post. Diawara has to come over on the help side because he is not properly matched up with Thompson. And it just allows the Pacers to then kick it out and swing it around to the open three. And Brian Jacobs said Mo slipping. Bad sequence for Mo there. Bad sequence for Mo. He'll be all right. Mark said, damn, Mo. Yeah, it was a tough sequence for Mo Diawara. A rookie sequence indeed. Sean Collins, what's up, Sean? Keep Shaman on the bench right now? Yeah, I'd like to see McHale come back in. I mean, Shaman's got the 2 fouls too, so might as well. Might as well bring Bridges back in or something. I loved seeing Dadier out there, though. He's now back on the bench. Joseph said we should be blowing this team out. No. See, this is the thing that gets people crazy about tanking. Because if the Pacers played every game the way they're playing tonight, they'd have far more wins, right? But clearly they are prioritizing, knowing this is a down year, prioritizing the draft pick that they traded away, which makes sense. But at the end of the day, If the Pacers just played hard every night, they'd have a significantly better record. And that is just not the case, right? They are clearly taking Knicks matchups very seriously. Even so much so that they were resting their players last night, right? Nembhard did not play in the second half. Zubac did not play in the second half in preparation for the Knicks game, right? Brian said, I think the Pacers just beat OKC the other night for the fun of it. Pacers will be scary next year. They will indeed. They will indeed. I don't think the Pacers beat the Thunder, did they? I don't remember seeing that. Actually, we just go to the Pacers right here. No, they didn't beat them the other night because they're on an 11-game losing streak. I mean, look at this string of losses. Suns, Kings, Blazers, Lakers, Clippers, Grizzlies, Hornets, 76ers, Mavs, Wizards. The last time they won was against the Knicks and against the Nets. So they beat the New York teams and then went on their losing streak. Lost 2 in a row to the Wizards. Right? If they played against the Wizards the way they're playing tonight, they would not have lost. Clearly prioritizing their tank. Brian said, see, I said like a month ago. You did beat the Thunder. Look at that. January 23rd. 2 months ago. Month and a half ago. Yeah, that is a hilarious win, actually. Hilarious win. All right, here we go. 2 minutes to go. Brunson up top gets it over to Robinson. Shamet comes back out. Robinson hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson down the lane, leans in, trying to draw the foul. No foul called. Clarkson turns it over, and it's an offensive foul on Jordan Clarkson. All right. Jose, what's up, Jose? Brunson from start to finish. Don't know how he got teammates. I don't know what you mean by that, brother. TJ McConnell bringing it down, being guarded by Clarkson. They get it over to Zubac. Zubac being guarded by Robinson. Robinson coming to his left. Gets it over to McConnell. McConnell swings through to his right. Crosses back over to his left. Pocket pass to Zubac. Zubac kicks it over to the corner. Nembhard spots up for the three. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Robinson secures the rebound. Here comes Brunson bringing it down the other way. 1:30 to go. Brunson coming to his left up a high screen from Robinson. Brunson down the lane, throws up the floater. Rattles it in for Jalen Brunson. Okay. 5-point lead for the Knicks now, 21-16. McConnell crosses over to his left. Has it on the left wing. Quick crossover to his left on Shamet. Going along the baseline. Keeping it alive. Kicks it out to Zubac. Zubac in the paint. Gets the two-handed slam as Robinson was out of position on the pass out. It was an awkward pass from McConnell. He found a way to sneak it over to Zubac. But Robinson got to be in better position there. Good movement there for Zubac. Good pass from McConnell. Brunson gets it over to Robinson. Robinson hands it off to Shamet. Shamet pump fakes. Coming to his right. Tries to kick it out to Diawara. Ball gets tipped. They kick it out to Brunson. Brunson catches. Pump fakes. Now driving it down against Toppin. Throws up the floater. Gets the floater to go down. End the foul on Obi Toppin. So Brunson will go to the foul line for one more. Nick Yak said, giving up 16 points with 2:20 to go in the first, and fans killing our defense. Defense is solid. Pacers also missing a bunch of makeable shots. Defense is solid. The Knicks are doing a good wall of keeping them out of the paint, forcing them to take jump shots. On the second night of a back-to-back, it is a very solid game plan. Force them to settle for jump shots. Robinson is doing a great job of walling off the paint. The Pacers are obliging and missing a bunch of makeable jump shots right now. We'll see if they go down as the game continues on. McConnell throws the bullet pass over to Toppin, wide open left corner three, and he knocks it down. See, Toppin did not play last night, so he is fresh and ready to go. He's got his legs on the rim. It's a 3-point game, 24-21. Brunson bringing it down. 30 seconds to go. Brunson coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Brunson has it up top, dancing around the Robinson screen. Brunson pulls it out. Coming to his left. Pocket pass to Robinson, rolling down the lane, takes a dribble, flips it up, can't get it to go, can't get the tip, and they call an offensive basket interference on Robinson. The high vibe, my guy, appreciate you with a very generous super chat. He said, Friday Chef, ideal. He said, ideal matchups for New York in the playoffs? I don't know if they have an ideal matchup in the playoffs. I mean, ideal matchup is like an injured Philly team, I guess, if nobody's healthy for Philly. 17 seconds to go, by the way. They called the offensive basket interference. 3-point lead for the Knicks, and the Pacers get the ball back. Ideal matchup. I don't know if there is an ideal matchup. Toronto? The Knicks have kind of handled Toronto so far this season. Toronto's the ideal matchup. The High Vibe said, I think New York wants Boston. Boston's not a bad one either. The Knicks have kind of handled Boston this season as well, for the most part. Now Tatum back changes the dynamic of that, obviously, but Kano has it up top. 5 seconds to go. Being guarded by Bridges. Crosses over to his right. Bridges uses a foul. They had a foul to give. 2 seconds to go. Joseph said, offensive basket interference. I never heard of that. When was that a thing? That has always been a thing, brother. That has always been a thing. You cannot touch the ball when it's above the cylinder. No matter if you're on the offense or the defense. Goudreau, what's up, Goudreau? Gadra? What's up, Gadra? Gadra, right? The Knicks need consistency. We have been having the consistency conversation all season long. Pacers. Cross-court pass to Toppin. Catches, spin, fires up the three. Excellent defense from Diawara. Toppin comes up short on it. And that will be the end of the first quarter right there. Knicks had largest lead of the game was 9. They currently lead by 3. The Pacers, like I said, like we talked about, always find a way to play the Knicks tough, no matter who is out there. No matter who is available for either side. No Towns, no Hart, no McBride, no Sohan, no Siakam, and obviously no Halliburton. And yet, these two teams still throwing haymakers at each other all these years later. Our third year into this rivalry. Fung Pei, what's up, Fung Pei? Slap you like because I don't have the proper subscriptions to watch the game. I'm just going to trust whatever you say. Appreciate you, Fung Pei. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate your trust. Bruce Fowler said, having not seen any particular coaching genius during the regular season, will Brown be exposed in the playoffs? This is a good question. Time will only tell. I can't confidently say one way or the other. Obviously, I could sit here and tell you I hope not, but time will tell. Time will tell. If there's anything that I was very pleased with Tom Thibodeau, I felt like he made good decisions in the playoffs. As opposed to, I don't know what to expect from Mike Brown. I really don't. Even going back to his previous coaching stints, right? Sacramento did not have a ton of opportunities to show us what Mike Brown is made of. They had a 7-game series against the Warriors, and Steph Curry went crazy in Game 7, and that was just a superstar being a superstar. Went off for 50. So it can't even really tell what a modern-day Mike Brown playoff run will look like. I hope he steps it up. But I don't know. I really don't. George said Pacers playing with pride. They just love to play the Knicks, man. They are not necessarily playing with pride. I can't really say that when they have allowed themselves to go on an 11-game losing streak. Like that's there's no pride there. There's no pride there. But they love playing against the Knicks. I don't know how else to phrase that. If the Knicks are on the docket, they're going to play like it's a playoff game. They want to play spoiler to whatever the Knicks are trying to accomplish, even though it is within their best interest to tank and lose. Now, we'll see as the game goes on. Like I said the other night, they did not play their guys in the second half of the game. Maybe they do the same here tonight and they prioritize their tanking, but we'll see. I doubt it, but we'll see. Here we go, start of the second quarter. Kevin Anderson, what's up, Kev? Let's just blow these Pacers out. Boston lost yesterday. We need to move up. I would hope they could blow these Pacers out, but I don't have a ton of confidence in it because the Pacers always play well against the Knicks, no matter who's out there. Micah Potter starts the second quarter and throws up a wild brick on a left wing three. Now Shaman has it up top, being guarded by Neesmith. They get it over to Anunoby. Anunoby coming to his right, driving it down along the baseline. Goes up, tries to throw it down with two hands, gets fouled by Shepard going to the basket. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Alvarado also starts the second quarter here. He did not touch the ball in that possession. Farm Boy TV, what's up, Farm Boy? Travis, what's up, Travis? I'm in Jamaica, Portland, Caribbean countries, and planet, and California, Prince County, and planet. Shout out to you, Travis. Shout out to you. Karen said, almost, if not every team, brings their best against the Knicks. That's a great point, Karen. It's a great point. Every team brings their A game when the Knicks come to town, and every team brings their A game when they go to the Garden. So the Knicks always battling against the team's best. which usually tends to benefit the Knicks come playoff time because they'll be ready to go. McConnell has it up top. Anunoby knocked down his free throws. Hit one of his free throws. Split them. Come on, OG. Jarace Walker driving it down on Alvarado. Leads it off inside for Michael Potter for the two-handed slam. Anunoby getting lost out on the perimeter. Not sure what he was looking to do there. Got caught in no man's land. Easy drop-off pass. Easy drop-off pass for Jarace Walker there for the two-handed slam for Potter. Shaman has it up top, gets it over to Anunoby, curling off a Robinson screen, throws the lob up top to Robinson, high up there. That's vintage Mitchell Robinson. Just throw it up in the vicinity of the rim, and Robinson will go up and grab it. The second lob from Anunoby to Robinson. McConnell up top, driving to his right, kicks it out to Walker. Walker puts up the three over Robinson, comes up well short. Long rebound. Clarkson saves it from going out of bounds. Here comes OG. OG pushing it the other way. He has it up top, coming to his right. He's got a lane to the basket, putting his head down, attacking, and he throws a poster in there against Michael Potter. There you go, OG. Climbing the ladder. Climbing the Micah Potter ladder. Isaiah Gardner said, I feel like Jose is going to be big for us in the playoffs. I feel like that for some reason. I hope so. He has been underwhelming, to say the least, here in the regular season. He's been a bit underwhelming. Like I said, he's really had one good game, and that's been about it. Mr. Eno Bino? What's up, Eno? How can you struggle against a crap team like this? Brother, because the Pacers get up to play the Knicks. And the Knicks are not struggling. They're just locked in a tight game. Benzino said New Orleans doesn't miss GTA. I think they miss it personally. I think they miss the guy. But they might not miss him as a player. They're also a bad tanking team, you know? Brian Jacobs said the Knicks will get to know Walker before it's all said and done. Jarace Walker? He's 1 for 4 tonight. He's hit a 3. He's good. Not sure anybody's afraid of him. He's solid, but he's not developed the way I think you kind of want him to develop. Brian said, everyone dunked on Potter, who cares? It's going on the highlight reel, brother. And that's all that matters. It's going on the highlight reel. Josie, that said, Pistons had 37 in the first. James Cook Fair with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, James. Appreciate your play-by-play. Thank you, James. Thank you. Isaiah Gardner said, Pacers, Miami, Magic, always play us hard. Yep. Yep. Yak said this game will be a lot of fun. It will be a lot of fun. It will be a close matchup all the way through. The Pacers will not die easily. They will not go away. Very high-scoring game. Grizzlies against the Pistons here. Not a whole lot of defense being played, seemingly. Or maybe the offenses are just cooking. Who knows? We're not watching it. Just that said, back-to-back dunks. What year is this? The 1990s Knicks? The Slam-a-Jam-a Knicks? Raptors taking on the Suns. Raptors have now fallen into the play-in. Oof, they might not even make the playoffs at this point. Only 7 games above 500 now. The Cavs with a 10-point lead over the Mavs. The Pelicans Rockets just tipped off. Later tonight we have the Timberwolves Warriors, the Jazz Blazers, and we're going to end it with Bulls Clippers. Okay. Bruce Fowler reminding people to like button. Appreciate you, Bruce. If you guys are enjoying the show so far, please go ahead, hit that thumbs up button and like the stream. I'd very much appreciate it. It is by far the best thing you can do to show support to the community and to the channel. I appreciate you guys. E.T. Killjay. What's up, Killjay? Watched the Suns put up almost 40 a quarter on these dudes yesterday. But they are not, the Suns are not the Knicks. The Pacers don't have any incentive to play hard against the Suns. They have every incentive in the world to play hard against the Knicks. They call a moving screen on the Pacers there, so the off-ball movement. So the ball will go back to the Knicks here. Good job by Shaman to force that foul. Alvarado will bring it down against McConnell here. McConnell gets it over to Clarkson. Clarkson being guarded by Shepherd. Clarkson throws a lob up top to Anunoby. What is going on today? They are lobbing it up to the rim. What a lob pass from Alvarado to Anunoby. You don't see that connection too often. Shepherd knocks down a right corner three over Shamit. It was about time the Pistons fired one up from three. Here comes Alvarado bringing it down. Coming to his right off a double screen. Kicks it out to Clarkson. Clarkson will line up a straightaway three looking for an answer. And he finds one. Knocks down the straightaway three. Knicks back up by 8. 34-26. Clarkson up top. Kolek. Jeez Louise. McConnell up top. Crosses over to his left. Gets all the way to the rim. And knocks down the lefty finger roll over Clarkson. Shamit bringing it down against Nesmith. He has it up top. Gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby coming to his right against Walker, putting his head down, attacking, step back, mid-range, fall-away jumper, can't get it to go. Long rebound, McConnell picks it up. Good boxing out from Potter there. They get it over to Walker. Walker in the paint, kicks it in the corner. Shepherd just hit one from the right corner, misses that one from the left. Anunoby picks up the long rebound on the weak side. Here comes OG Anunoby bringing it down the other side. Crossing over to his left, putting his head down, attacking, loses the hand on the ball, saves it, kicks it out to Alvarado. Extra pass to Clarkson in the corner, catches, pump fakes. Now he puts up the right corner three after he gathers himself, comes up short. Rebound right to Potter. Here comes McConnell bringing it down. McConnell up top, coming to his right off the Potter screen. They kick it over to Shepherd. Another three for Shepherd, an open one, and another miss for Shepherd. Here comes Alvarado, turning on the Jets, pushing the pace, hands it off to Shamit. Shamit over to Robinson. Robinson up top, gets it over to Alvarado. Alvarado, jab step, coming to his left off the Robinson screen, pulls it out, calling for a re-screen. Now coming to his right off the re-screen, driving it down in the paint. Got some space. Potter closes it off. Alvarado uses the Nash dribble, keeps it alive. Fight for the loose ball, knocked out of bounds. It's going to be off of Robinson. Ball back to the Pacers. Got to catch those, Robinson. Got to catch those. Hit you right in the belly. Hold on to those, brother. That's 2 points right there, Mitch. That's 2 points. Brian said, Chevy's disrespecting every one of the Pacers' names tonight. I'm just slipping all over names, man. Slipping all over names tonight. I got to get recalibrated. I'm used to the 9 o'clock starts. I'm also coming back from the West Coast start times. Nembhard bringing it down. He's being guarded by Bridges, who's coming back in. They get over to Zubac. Zubac has it up top. Gets it over to Nembhard, coming to his left off the Zubac screen, shovels it over to Zoo. Zoo against Huckporty, bullying his way in the paint, stops, turns, spins, flips it up with the right hook. Gets it to go down. Nice soft touch as it rolled around the rim. And it's a 4-point game, 34-30, 8 minutes to go. Here comes Alvarado bringing it down. Alvarado up top, being guarded by Shepherd. Alvarado coming to his right off the Anunoby screen. Inside the Bridges. Bridges attacking, step back, fall away midi, comes up short. As they have been as of late. My goodness. They get over to Nembhard, shoves it over to Nesmith, down the lane, takes the bump, knocks down the floater over OG. And he's going to go to the foul line for one more. Can knock it back to a 1-point game. Russell Field with the Russell. Joe, is Cat hurt? Cat is on the injury report with knee soreness. We did see him grabbing the knee the other night against the Clippers. Judge that to the final score of the winner of this game probably will be under 100. Yeah, it's kind of trending that way. Very low-scoring game here tonight. Isaiah Garner said, East looking shaky right now. Hornets probably are going to make the playoffs. Hornets will make the playoffs. They play an excellent second half of the season. They've been fantastic. Nesmith knocks down his and one free throw. And it's a 1-point game. Pacers not going away quietly. Here comes Alvarado bringing it down against Nembhard. Alvarado has it up top. Gets it over to Diawara. Diawara up top being guarded by Toppin. Gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby on the right wing. Swings through to his right. Pulls it back out. Crossing over. Has it being guarded by Kobe Brown. Step back, foul line, fall away jumper for OG. Hits off the side of the rim, can't get it to go. Toppin does a good job flying in for the rebound. Now Toppin will push. Toppin up top, being guarded by Diawara. Swings it out to Nembhard. Nembhard coming to his left off the screen. Diawara picks him up. Nembhard lobs it down low to Toppin. Toppin catches and gets fouled by Alvarado, battling for positioning down low. So it's side out of bounds for the Pacers here. Bruce Fowler said, your play-by-play is like listening to baseball on the radio at the beach, so damn descriptive. Appreciate you, Bruce. I try to be. Sometimes I feel like I should probably dial back the description so I stop flubbing names all around. Nembhard dancing around the Zubac screen. Step back, baseline jumper. Got it to go for Nembhard as the Knicks left him open. More so concerned with the Zubac rolling to the rim. and Nembhard gives the Pacers the lead. 9-0 run for the Pacers here. Alvarado gets it over to Anunoby. He lines up the right wing three, and Anunoby answers back with a three right there, giving the Knicks their 2-point lead back. Here come the Pacers quickly pushing the other way. Over to Toppin. Toppin on the right wing. Dance with it against Diawara. Now back to Nembhard. Nembhard, cross court, over to Brown. Brown ran off the line by Alvarado. He's pivoting with it. Swings through to his right, putting him in the post, backing him down, leans in, layup, can't get it to go, but he'll go to the foul line for one more. And Kobe Brown doing a good job just using his size and his strength against Alvarado, knowing Alvarado's a pesky defender, is going to poke at that handle. So he just turned his back to him, backed him down as far as he could, ended up getting fouled. He's at the foul line for two. East Bay Verge, what's up, East Bay? Brian Jacobs said OG is getting older. He might as well be an OG by now. I mean, he is a veteran. He's no longer a young player. He's what, 28, 27, 28, something like that. He's the younger of the Knicks core. He's the youngest of the Knicks core, I should say. Of their top four, he's the youngest one. Brunson's going to sub back in here. Brown knocks down the free throw. He's got another one coming. Duda Daly, what's up, Duda Daly? Brunson is back in, brother. Brunson is back in now. 6:30 to go. Diawara bringing it down. Brown knocked down both free throws. Trusting Diawara to bring the ball down. Okay, I like it. They get over to Hugporty. Hugporty up top. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left. Crosses over to his right. Driving it down against Nembhard. Step back. Pump fakes. Leans in. Jump shot. Got it to go. Beautiful move from Brunson. Nembhard got hit with the pump fake. Brunson leaned in and knocked down the jump shot. Nembhard off the handoff down the lane, stops in the paint, can't knock down the floater, battle for the rebound. Anunoby does a good job flying in and knocking it away from Zubac. Zubac upset, wanted to foul, and then a bad pass from Diawara through the cross-court pass. Nembhard, Alvarado coming into the game, that's why I said his name. Nembhard jumped the passing lane there, couldn't get the steal, but he does knock it out of bounds. The ball will remain with the Knicks, 39-37. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? I'm doing good, Bernard. How you doing, brother? So Brunson's bringing it down, calling out a set. Alvarado's back in. He's in for Anunoby. So they called an 8-second backcourt violation. It was an 8-second backcourt violation that the refs called. And I think they're going to overturn this now and keep the ball with the Knicks, and Rick Carlisle not happy with it. So the ball's going to remain with the Knicks. And they get it in the Brunson. Brunson on the left wing. Weird reffing situation there. Brunson up top, coming to his right after the Diawara screen. Brunson gets Toppin switched onto him. Brunson's going to dance with it, settles for the step back midi, and he rattles it in. The Brunson jump shot getting calibrated here tonight. It's not a good sign for the Pacers. Brunson up to 15 on 7 for 11 shooting. You need a vintage Brunson game here tonight, down as many guys as you're down. Zubac hands it off to Nembhard. Alvarado chasing him around the Zubac screen, steps back, mid-range follow-away jumper, comes up short. Good fight for the rebound. Not a good fight for the rebound. Hugporty gets hit with a foul call as Bridges snuck in there for the rebound. So the ball is going to remain here with the Pacers. Bernard Johnson at work listening to you. Appreciate you, Bernard. Appreciate you. Nembhard gets it into Zubac. 12 on their shot clock. Zubac has it up top. Gets it over to Kobe Brown, cutting to the rim. It's a bad pass. Kobe Brown couldn't handle it. Knicks pick up the loose ball. It's a 5-on-4 after Brown hit the floor. Brunson crosses over in the lane. Pump fake, steps through, layup. Got it to go. And the foul against Zubac. Zubac not happy with the call, but Brunson gets the layup to go. He'll go to the foul line for one more. Brunson coming into the game, immediately going into bucket mode. He's putting the cape on here tonight. Exactly what we needed to see from him. He's got 17. Only one assist, but I don't care about the assist tonight. I need buckets. I need JB buckets, and he's giving it to us. Bruce Fowler said, talking to NBM, appreciate you, Bruce. He said, gotta enjoy Sheffy while we can. He's testing for MSG Network SNY. Someone's gonna scoop him up. Then Sheffy will be my Hardenstein? Crazy. That's a crazy one. That's a crazy one. Never, brother. Never. Never. Listen, if we can no longer do the lives, I'll still find a way to make some content and put it out. If I find myself in a situation, which probably won't happen, because those companies don't care about little old me, we'll still find a way to make content, brother. We'll still be here. We'll still be here talking about basketball. This ain't going nowhere. This ain't going nowhere. Just that said, 8 for 12 JB, and the 4 misses should have fell. Yeah, very makeable shots for Jalen Brunson on the 4 misses as well. 6-point lead for the Knicks here tonight, which is nice. A lead is a lead. We'll take it. Obviously, I'd love for the Knicks to find a way to blow this one open a little bit and take a double-digit lead, have a little bit more space. But Kenny McLeod, what's up, Kenny? Joseph said Huck just fouling every time he's at the rim. Yeah, Huck with 0 points, a rebound, an assist, and 2 fouls. More fouls than rebounds and assists. Kay Hazy said the Pacers are pissing me off. Carlisle yelling at the refs for a tanking team. They're not tanking when they play the Knicks, man. Against every other organization in the league, every other team in the league, but not the Knicks. Not the Knicks at all. Fung Pei said, yes, Chevy, you want a big, soft cushion. An enormous, and also incredibly large and soft cushion, man. It's exactly what we want. I think Garner said they're always trying to blame Brunson on why the team plays like this. Brunson's the only guy getting buckets tonight. Bridges, where are you? Brunson and Anunoby. Shout out OG Anunoby's also hooping tonight. But Diawara is 0 for 2. Alvarado is yet to take a shot. Bridges 1 for 2 from the field. Like, somebody do something. Somebody do something. Brunson's not even the one bringing the ball down the court most of the time here tonight. So, you guys have your opportunity. The ball's in your hands. AP, remind people to like button. Appreciate you, AP. Absolutely. Absolutely. Isaiah Garner said this is why Brunson has to play like this, because his teammates are inconsistent, like Shaman missing wide open threes. Yeah. You need your teammates to knock down shots for you to be able to not have to take every shot, right? Brunson has trusted his teammates more times than not. And he has a reason to just say, you know what, maybe a contested mid-range shot for me is better than an open 3 for Shaman tonight. Because Shaman's been struggling. He's in a funk right now. Brunson at the foul line for a free throw. They did call a technical on Carlisle, so Brunson knocks down the technical free throw. Now he has one more free throw coming from the foul. E.T. Killj. What does that have to do with anything? They're not in contention to win, so this game means nothing, just like the rest. It does mean something to them, brother. It does mean something to them. The other games means nothing. But this game, it means something to them. They're a rival to the Knicks. And they play as if this game is their playoffs. Because they're not making the playoffs this year, obviously. They are looking for lottery balls, purposely. They will play as hard as they can tonight, and then they'll go back to resting and sitting guys and tanking and making sure they lose games from here on out. This is the last game the Knicks play. Oh, no, it's not. They play the Pacers in a couple of days again. Zubac hands off to Nesmith. Nesmith down the lane. Fall away mid-range shot. Comes up short. Bridges knocks the rebound over to Hug Porty. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Nesmith will pick him up. Brunson dancing with it. Coming to his right. Pull-up 3 for Jalen Brunson off the Hug Porty screen. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Zubac. Here comes Nembhard pushing it the other way. Hit ahead to Nesmith. Nesmith back up top to Nembhard. Nembhard coming to his right, crossing over to his left, crossing over to his right. Brunson picks him up. Step back, baseline, fall away jumper. Got it to go for Nembhard. His second from that spot. Brunson did knock down the other free throw, by the way. So it's 45-39, 4:20 to go. Here comes Jalen Brunson bringing it down. They're out there with Brunson and Alvarado, an abnormally small backcourt with Brunson's Diawara and Huck Porty. An interesting, an eclectic group of Knicks out there. They get over to Diawara, attacking to his left off the Brunson screen. Down the lane, lefty layup, can't get it to go. Maybe also looking for a foul call. They get it over to Nembhard. Nembhard shot out of a cannon. Euro down the lane, layup, got it to go for Nembhard. What a move. What a move from Nembhard. Excellent balance from him. And it's back to 4. Just like that, is back to 4. Brunson gets it over to Bridges. Bridges on the left wing, crosses over to his right, hands it off to Hugporty, hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming down. Euro steps down the lane, beautiful move, righty layup, smokes it. JB, we got to get these layups to go down, man. He has been terrible finishing at the rim this year for his standards. Step back from Neesmith to get it down low to Zubac. Stops, turns, spins, got nowhere to go. They knock the ball out of his hands. They kick it out to Walker. Walker catches, pump fakes, driving to his left, down the lane, lefty layup, can't get it to go. Actually, he does get it to go, but they wave it off. They say foul on the floor. 3:30 to go here. Ahmed said, you can have this many players on a funk at the same time. It is a rough time for a lot of the role guys to be in a funk for the Knicks, for sure. For sure. The Pacers are in the bonus, so it's 2 free throws for Jorge Walker here. And he misses a free throw. Ends up being a good foul, I guess. Misses a free throw. Judge, that's a JB wants 50. I think he kind of needs 50. I don't think he wants 50, but I think he kind of needs 50, man. Isaiah Garner said, yeah, JB usually finishes better at the rim. It's been a bad finishing year for the Knicks all around. Towns, career low in finishing at the rim, although he has gotten better post-All-Star break. Brunson really struggling to finish at the rim this season as well. Jorge Walker knocks down the second free throw at least. 3-point game, 1-possession game. 3:30 to go, Brunson bringing it down. High screen for Mitchell Robinson. Brunson has space, attacking the rim, pulls it out, kicks it out to Bridges, back to Brunson. Brunson chased by Neesmith, not giving him an inch, back to Bridges, attacks the lane. He's got open space, lefty layup, got it to go, and the foul. A bad reach in from Walker at the end there, and Bridges gets the easy layup and the foul. Go to the foul line for one more. Rudy Bobai, what's up, Rudy? If Shaman is off, JC should come in. JC has played today. He's been okay. He's been okay. Brian said, the Knicks will be fine. They have a little bit of luck all championships team needs. Yeah, every championship run has a bit of luck. Some teams need more luck than others. I think this Knicks team, in order to win a championship, going to need a sizable amount of luck during their run. Injury luck, shooting luck, all kinds of luck. Matchup luck. Bridges misses his free throw. Come on, Mikhail. You're already in a shooting slump, brother. We can't be missing free throws, too. Nembhard on the left wing, crosses over to his right at the Zubac screen. He's got space, kicks it out to Toppin. Toppin catches, pump fakes, back to Nembhard. Nembhard coming to his right up the Toppin screen. Anunoby switches onto him. They get over to Zubac, back to Nembhard. Nembhard back to Zubac. Zubac in the lane against Robinson. Steps through, gets blocked by Mitch. And it's out of bounds off of Mitchell Robinson. I love Mitch finding ways to block shots in his older age, not the athlete he was when he was younger, where he was jumping out of the gym. Finding ways to get block shots using his length and his size and his timing. He didn't even jump off the floor to block that Zubac hook shot. He didn't even jump. Just timed it right. Zubac leaves it off for Neesmith. Neesmith in the left corner being guarded by Bridges, attacking to his right, and it's a shot clock violation. Neesmith just not aware of the situation. Ball back to the Knicks here with a 5-point lead, 47-42, and the Knicks will bring it down. Bruce Fowler said, literally last leg of a long road trip. This is also true. I didn't even mention this at all. That's a good point, Bruce. They're coming off their West Coast road trip, and they got to make a pit stop in Hicksville, Indiana, before going back to New York. Brunson coming to his left, being guarded by Neesmith. He's just going to attack the space, crosses over, step back, pump fake, draws the foul. Can't get the shot to go down, but it'll go to the foul line for 2. The herky-jerky pump fake off the step back is working for Jalen Brunson tonight. The Pacers are going for it, and that's what knocking down the jump shot does for Jalen Brunson. He has been off with he's been in a shooting slump these past couple of weeks, especially during this West Coast road trip. The jump shot has not been there for him consistently, right? It's kind of been in spurts where he's gotten it going. As Brunson knocks down his free throw, he's got another one coming. But when he knocks down those step-back jump shots, next thing you know, he's stepping back and pump faking, and guys are flying to him, and that's when he can draw the foul, or he can spin and pivot off of it and get an open look leading towards the basket, shoot a floater or something, or find an open teammate as another guy will try to help and recover. But it is all dependent on whether or not he can knock down that mid-range shot, which is a go-to fundamental shot for Jalen Brunson, who's 8 for 14 from the field tonight. 4 for 4 from the line. He's got one more coming. Make it 5 for 5, JB. Come on. And He does indeed knock down the other free throw. Thank you for knocking down your free throws tonight, Jalen Brunson. 7-point lead for the Knicks with 2:40 to go. Nembhard up top coming to his right to kick it out to Brown. Brown dumps it down low to Zubac. Zubac has it at the foul line. Being guarded by Robinson. He's going to back him down. Flips it up with the right hook. Got it to go for Zubac. 4 for 7 from the field for Zubac. He can get that shot whenever he wants, man. It's a high-quality shot, too. Brunson dancing with it. Step back, pump fake over to Anunoby. He's just going to step into that three. Can't get it to go. Robinson chasing down the rebound and recovers it. Leaves it off for Shamit. What a hustle rebound for Robinson. They go over to Brunson up top being guarded by Nembhard. Nembhard steps into him. Brunson driving it down. Leans into his right. Driving it down. Leans in. Fall-away jumper off the one leg. Got it to go for Jalen Brunson. Utilizing the aggressiveness from Nembhard's defense there against him to bump him off bounds just enough to knock down the fall-away jumper. Nembhard up top gets it over to Zubac, and Mitchell Robinson fouls him. Going for a little reach in there. 1:47 to go. Bruce Fowler said, I miss Deuce. I miss Deuce incredibly. He's one of my favorite 5 players to watch on the Knicks, man. Killjoy said, you dudes find any excuse, that's why they play like they do now? Yes. Knicks fans are the reason why the Knicks are playing like they're playing now. Sure, brother. Sure. Halliburton's, Brian Jacobs said Halliburton brought Pacers fans who traveled to New York City more home game. Bought a Pacers fan traveling to New York City home game because of how poorly Knicks fans treated him. Hey, brother, I'll tell you this. Don't go to an away team's arena wearing the away team's jersey in a rivalry and then instigate against a horde of Knicks fans and then play victim when the Knicks fans retaliate. Now, they shouldn't have done that. Leave people alone. But also, don't play victim after you instigate a situation. Nembhard has it up top. They get over to Zubac. Back to Nembhard. Nembhard coming to his left. Taking it back to his right hand in the mid-range. Pump fakes. Tries to sneak it inside the Zubac. A bad pass from Nembhard. Brunson hit ahead to Shamit. Shamit gets it over to Anunoby. He'll take the baseline. Anunoby gets caught in the air. Leaves it off for Robinson with the two-handed slam for Big Mitch. What a pass. What a rim run for Mitchell Robinson, who came up with the steal. 53-45. Nembhard up top. Picks up his handle. Gets it over to Zubac. Hands it back off to Nembhard. Coming to his left. Leaning in. Step back. Fall away midi for Nembhard. Can't get it to go. Mitchell Robinson and Zubac battling for that rebound. Anunoby ends up with it. Brunson bringing it down. Walks into the pull-up three. Line me up. Can't get it to go. Zubac with the rebound. Here come the Pacers. Nembhard bringing it down. Crossing over to his right. Brunson switches onto him. They get over to Nesmith. Quick catch and fire from 3. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Bridges the rebound. Mikal Bridges will walk it down. Gets it over to Brunson. And we'll hold it for what could be the final shot of the quarter here. It's about a 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Brunson has it up top. Isaiah Garner said, but they shouldn't have thrown garbage at him, though. They did a little too much. They did way too much. They did way too much. Leave people alone. Don't do that. Shamit knocks down a left corner 3. There you go, Landry. There you go. Nembhard bringing it down against Shamit. Nembhard has it up top. Attacking to his left. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Got to his spot, but he couldn't knock it down. And that will be the end of the first half. An 11-point lead for the Knicks. Okay. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Killjoy said, y'all hollering about back-to-backs. Would these dudes get paid millions to be in shape to play in back-to-back games? They're humans, brother. They're humans. There's nothing you can do about fatigue, right? You also get paid to show up to work. Does that mean you never showed up to work tired? No. Everybody is allowed to show up to work tired, brother. Right? And even if you're not tired, sometimes the legs just aren't there. Sometimes the legs just aren't there. Also, the Knicks are not on the second night of a back-to-back, so I don't know what you're talking about. Unless you're talking about the Pacers. But sure. Pacers are incentivized to lose anyway. Here's the thing. The Pacers can't lose tonight. If they lose, they actually win because they want to lose. And if they win, they get to play spoiler to the Knicks, who are chasing the 2 seed against the Celtics. So the Pacers cannot lose tonight. Whatever situation happens, it's a win-win for the Pacers. Real estate, Rami, what's up, real estate? Ozar said fatigue is a lack of endurance. That's not really what fatigue is. The human body is capable of only so much, brother. People are humans. George said Mike Brown needs to know what he's going into the playoffs. what he has going into the playoffs, yeah. I kind of love the way he's coached this game tonight. Dadier, the first man off the bench, I thought was fun and intriguing. We didn't see much of him in the second quarter, though. I wish we saw a little bit more of him. But with that being said, let's get to the halftime rundown. And of course, at the start of every halftime, we give a shout out to our halftime sponsor, our guys over at Get Off My Lawn Records, the Jazz Destroyers, the band over there at Get Off My Lawn Records. If you guys are interested musically in being represented by anybody, check out the guys that Get Off My Lawn Records, who have produced many albums for many smaller artists. Big and small, Get Off My Lawn Records knows exactly what to do with you guys. So you could reach out to them. But also, you could check out the YouTube channels for both Get Off My Lawn Records and the Jazz Destroyers. Check out both of those. Sign up to their mailing list over at getoffmylawnrecords.com to stay in tune to when they are releasing new music from themselves and also from other artists. And also, they were kind enough to give us a discount code. Go to bandcamp.com. You get a discount code. Use discount code Sheffy to get 20% off store-wide. So shout out to the guys over at Get Off My Lawn Records. With that being said, let's get to our halftime. As Eric Garner said, I love the Knicks were throwing lobs to each other. Yeah, the lobs were fun. They were throwing them up there tonight. I don't know if it was something that the Pacers were doing or if it's something the Knicks are trying to, incorporate more often. But either way, they were very fun tonight. Joe said a lot of lob points this game from the Knicks. I love it. Absolutely. Just that said, can you play one of their songs during the stream? I'd have to ask for permission, but we could do that. Pistons versus Grizzlies. 68-61. Let's go around the league before we start breaking down this Knicks-Pistons game. The halftime show in here in Indiana is wild. They got this old man balancing things on his face. He's got a bike in his mouth right now, balancing it up in the air. All right, brother. All right. Listen, shout out to this guy, but how do you figure out that this is something you could do? He's going to balance a wheelbarrow now? There's no way. There's no way. He got that wheelbarrow up, and he got it bouncing on that chin. My guy got a chin of steel. My guy Chinnigan over here. The Iron Chin. I don't know what's going on over there in Indiana, but this is your halftime performance? This is the halftime show? This is what y'all got to look forward to at halftime? Old dudes balancing stuff on their chins? Okay. Now he got a sign he's going to balance on his chin. This is crazy. How you learn you could do this? Let's get to the halftime rundown. The Grizzlies and the Pistons. I'm going to tell you, one, it's a 7-point game, a high-scoring game. 68-61 at halftime here. 35-37 at the end of the first quarter. My goodness. Now he's going to bounce the table? Not the whole table. There's no way. I'm intrigued. You know what? I was slandering this man. I'm intrigued. I'm locked in. I can't take my eyes off of him. Don't tell me he's going to grab the ladder. He's going to grab a ladder? He's going to grab what looks like a 12-foot ladder. There's no way, brother. That might even be a 16er. He going to put it on the chin? There's no way. He got other ladders out there. Don't tell me he's going to grab other ladders. He got an A-frame ladder over there. Don't tell me you're going to balance the A-frame. Don't tell me he's going to grab the A-frame ladder. This is a 10-foot A-frame ladder he got over here. He trying to hype up the crowd. He feeling himself. Hold on, I'm impressed now. Red Panda who? Don't do it. There's no way he did it. There's no way this man's balancing a 10-foot A-frame ladder on his chin right now? This is crazy. I got to lock in here. Tay DTM. What's up, Tay? 14 points from Durant last game. What do we expect? Different max? You mean Durant only scored 14? Now he's going to balance a ladder on his chin while standing on the 10-foot ladder? Okay, he didn't climb all the way up to the top. Oh, no, wait, no, he going to do it? Okay, no. He's not going to go all the way to the top. But he's standing on a ladder, balancing a ladder on his chin while standing on a ladder. This is crazy. This man's crazy. Roger D. Wall said, this is the first time we're getting a halftime show report from Sheffy. I'm just locked in. What is this halftime show? I don't know. I was talking down on it to start, but now I was intrigued. I was entertained. You know what? Halftime shows are about being entertaining. That man got me entertained. That man's got me entertained. He got me. He got me. Where the show at? I'll buy tickets, brother. I'll show up. Delu Marie. What's up, Delu Marie? Just that said, it's creative backyard indie stuff. I was locked in. I did not expect to be that captivated by that man. He got me. He got me. He was so jolly and happy, too. He was so jolly and happy. All right. Back to around the league here. Obviously, we know the Knicks Pacers. We're watching that game yet tonight. Grizzlies Pistons 68-61 at halftime here. Suns taking on the Raptors. That is also a close game, 62-59. The Cavs taking it to the Mavs here at halftime, 67-50, dominating the matchup. Although they really have only dominated that first quarter, 38-21. The Mavs were not able to chip away at the lead at all in the second quarter there, though. We'll see what happens in the second half. We got Pelicans Rockets as well, 39-32. Start of the second quarter there. And then we have our late night games starting at 10, so we probably won't even really get to those here tonight. Maybe a little bit. It's pronounced Delu. Got you, Delu. I got you. There we go, Delu. Appreciate you, Delu. Delu Marie. Joseph Taylor, what's up, Joseph? My Cavaliers in the building. They're hooping. They got an easy matchup against the Mavericks today. I assume Cooper Flagg is playing. Doesn't really matter if he is, but I assume he is. Cooper Flagg is playing. 2 for 8 from the field for 6 points. Man, I'll tell you what, that Con Knipple starting to run away with that award. You running away with it. Just that's a JB is a plus 14. Shout out Jalen Brunson. He is hooping tonight. Let's do it. Let's go around it. Let's do it. Go over the box score. We'll go over the box score first, then we'll go over team stats. OG Anunoby with 12, Jalen Brunson with 23 first half points. Shaman finally knocked down a 3 for 3 points to end the quarter there to give the Knicks that double-digit lead, this 11-point lead that they currently have. Brian said, wait till you see what Cooper does tonight. Not really doing a whole lot. He's got 6 points. 6 points in the first half against the Cavs. Not great. Not great. Flagg, last 5 games, has been averaging like 13. Yeah, we could just go ahead and give Knipple that Rookie of the Year award. Mark said, Knicks broadcast not showing it. Yeah. I mean, I'm watching the Pacers broadcast. It is just a more up-to-date broadcast than watching it through the Gotham Sports app. Unfortunately, the Gotham Sports app, not a very good streaming service. So I'm watching it through a League Pass, and to watch it through League Pass, you have to watch the Pacers broadcast because it would be blacked out to watch the Knicks broadcast. Game started already? This game? We're back already? Not yet. Not on my screen. But Anunoby with 12, Brunson with 23. Mitchell Robinson has 8 and 11 rebounds. Three of them being offensive. He's been fantastic tonight, Mitchell Robinson. I also think the defense has been fantastic from Big Mitch as well. A steal and a block for Big Mitch. Bridges with only 4. We need Mikal Bridges to step up tonight. I think Anunoby's doing his part. Obviously, Jalen Brunson's doing his part. Mikal Bridges with only 4 points tonight is just not going to get it done. Right? No Josh Hart, no, why is this TV so loud? Calm down, guys. No Josh Hart, no Karl Anthony Towns, and Mikal Bridges still struggling to find his space on this court. I don't understand what is going on with Mikal Bridges and his lack of volume right now. It just feels like the self-creation is almost entirely gone from his game, which is insane considering he's coming back from being the number one option or coming in from being the number one option in Brooklyn, and that aspect of his game, while he didn't do it great, that aspect of his game is just entirely gone, right? He just can't self-create at all anymore against anybody, right? Like, I understand him not being great at it when he was in Brooklyn because he had the best defender every single night guarding him. He was the best player on the team. But now he's the 4th option on the Knicks. The best player is guarding Brunson. The second best defender is guarding Towns. And then the next best defender, the 3rd best defender, is guarding Anunoby. Mikal Bridges is usually the guy they put their weakest defender on. And he is still incapable of taking full advantage of it. It's a little weird. Joe said, did you see that nice three-point block by Brown yesterday on Chet Holmgren and the one-hand slam? Yep. Yeah, we watched it. We were here. We were live. I reacted to it. It was great. It was great. Brian said, Chuffy has voices in his head or inside a chef's hat. You can fit a bunch of little voices. I mean, I have the TV on very, very low volume. But when they went to that specific commercial, the volume was just jacked all the way up, so I had to lower it. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Mikal Bridges equals Ben Simmons 2.0. Now, it's not to that degree. Ben Simmons was afraid to touch the basketball. Mikal Bridges is just playing bad. At least he's not afraid, though. But if we go off the bench, the Knicks only have 6 points off the bench. That's not very good here tonight. Mo Diawara, where are you at, brother? He does have 3 rebounds and an assist, but he's hitting a little bit of a rookie wall, as I think he might have worked his way into teams' scouting reports a little bit. They're not leaving him wide open from 3 the way they were to start the year. So now he's actually having to put the ball on the floor and attack, and he's not a very good finisher right now. Still a little wild attacking the basket. Pregame only played 4 minutes, the least amount of anybody off the bench tonight, but he did knock down his 3. 1 for 2 from three-point range. 1 for 2 from three-point range for my guy Dadier. He was a +6. We're walking away with something, y'all. We're walking away with something. Listen, we might be winning the Mo Diawara wars, but I'm still fighting the good fight for my guy Pregame. Zeros across the board outside of his 3 points and his 1 rebound. But we'll take the +6. We'll take it. We'll take it. Brian said, Sheffy is the NBA version of Harry Potter? What does that mean? What does that mean? So no points from Diawara, no points from Huck Porty, no points from Alvarado. We are come way too used to Alvarado not giving us anything off the bench. He does have 2 assists and a turnover, some okay defense. Oh, the wand? But 0 points from Jose Alvarado in 8 minutes is just not getting it done. It honestly just is not getting it done well enough. Clarkson also hit a 3 like Dadier, and again, only 6 points off the bench for the Knicks tonight is pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Now we get over to the Pacers, and the Pacers very egalitarian scoring, everybody getting in on the action. Walker with 4, Zubac with 9, Nembhard with 8, Nesmith with 7, Brown with 4, and then off the bench, 6 for Toppin, 2 for Potter, 2 for McConnell, 3 for Shepherd. All in all, they got, 15 points off the bench as opposed to the Knicks 6. Just not a great performance from the Knicks all around. The brilliance of Jalen Brunson and the nice play from Anunoby and Robinson have been more than enough to keep the Knicks above float here to give them the 11-point lead. But they're going to need the other guys to step up if they want to fully pull this victory off here tonight. Joe said Alvarado's been slacking. I mean, he's doing the other things well in terms of, distributing the ball, pushing the pace, ball handling, playing okay defense. But, you also got to put the ball in the basket, brother. We need that too. We are coming back to start the third quarter here. George said, I hope we get a big lead so we can see the bench play. I mean, so many guys are out. We are getting a pretty good look on our bench. Our third stringers are now our backup guys. If we look at the team stats here before we get into the game, the Knicks are winning the possession battle 48-42. It's a nice number. We're tied in three-point shooting 4-4. So that is even across the board. Even free throws are pretty even. The Pacers have taken more free throws than the Knicks. I think all of the Knicks free throws have come from Jalen Brunson. My goodness. Almost all of them. Anunoby, I think, got to the foul line as well. Where are we at? Rebounds, 25-20. The Knicks have 3 more offensive rebounds, 4-1. Assists, 12-11, so about even. Total turnovers, 4-6, so about even. The Knicks with a slight advantage. Points in the paint, 11-9. No, points in the paint, 28-22. But here we go. Start of the third quarter. Nembhard up top, gets it over to Nesmith. Nesmith pump fakes. Dancing against Bridges. Stops, turns, kicks it out to Walker. Walker being guarded by Brunson. Kicks it out to Nembhard. Nembhard up top, being guarded by Brunson. Dancing with a step back. Straightaway 3 over Brunson. Too strong, can't get it to go. Anunoby with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson, cross-court pass to Bridges. Wide open right wing 3. Line me up, Mikal. Line me up. As he comes up short, but Robinson with a two-handed follow-up. Okay. We'll take it. Double-double for Big Mitch as he goes for the steal against Zubac. Gets caught behind. And then ends up picking a foul, unless that's on Shamit. Nobody in foul trouble. One's across the board. Same with the Pacers. Nesmith with 2, Walker with 2, but nobody necessarily in foul trouble. Shamit with 2. Everybody else with 1 or less. Now Robinson picks up his second. He's got 10 points and 12 rebounds already for Mitchell Robinson. We love to see that. We love to see that. Zubac gets it up top to Nembhard. Nembhard kicks it out to Nesmith. He walks into the right wing three. He's open, and he misses it badly. What happened to Nesmith's shooting? Here comes Brunson bringing it down. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. Brunson coming to his left. Kicks it over to Anunoby. Left corner three for OG. OG comes up short. Battle on the glass for the rebound. Zubac able to win out against Robinson that time. Here comes Nembhard bringing it down. He has it up top. They lob it down low to Toppin. Toppin gets stripped by Mitchell Robinson. My goodness, Mitch is all over the place tonight. If the Knicks end up winning, Mitchell Robinson is winning Defensive Player of the Game. My goodness. Deshaun Hodge, what's up, Deshaun? Not losing on a teammate's B-Day. Walker, right corner three, can't get it to go. Whose birthday is it? Rebound to Shaman. Here comes Brunson. Knicks with a 13-point lead. Brunson bringing it down against Nembhard. He has it up top. Brunson gets it over to Bridges. Bridges swings through to his left, going along the baseline. Kicks it out to Anunoby. And a foul. Foul on the Pacers as Bridges was driving to the rim. Comes up holding his face a little bit. Getting smacked in the eye, I think. Lee Wei-Shi. JB only needs 41 more points for the record. It's a great comment. That's a great comment, Lee Wei-Shi. Only 41 more for JB. What record? 41 gets him to 64. What's the record? Record by Nick. Brunson the fall away midi. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Walker with the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. 10:30 to go. Walker on the left wing being guarded by Brunson. Coming to his right up the Zubac screen. Driving it down in the lane. He's got space. Righty layup. Got it to go. Not good enough defense from the Knicks. I thought they did a really good job in the first half of keeping the Pacers out of the paint. That time, Walker able to get all the way down there with the righty hook shot. Brunson gets it over to Robinson. Robinson hands it back off to Brunson. Brunson cross-court pass to Anunoby. Anunoby in the right corner. Hesitates. Now puts up the three over Toppin, and he splashes it. Nothing but net. Okay, OG. Nice pass from Jalen Brunson as well, by the way, with the cross-court pass. Nembhard gets it over to Zubac. Zubac off the pick. He has it in the post against Robinson. Robinson knocks the ball out of bounds. Robinson just waiting on it. You could see him. Zubac had it in the post and was thinking about it. He had no pass out. And so he was like, all right, I might as well just take Robinson back in the post. And Robinson had his hand there waiting. He's like, put that ball on the floor. I'm going to slap it out of bounds. He did, and he slapped it out of bounds. Nembhard got nowhere to go, so he gets it into Toppin. Toppin being guarded by Robinson. They get it out to Walker. Walker lines up the three, and Walker can't get the three to go. Mitchell Robinson skies for yet another rebound. My goodness, he's on his way to Defensive Player of the Game, I'll tell you that. Brunson on the right wing. Now all that's left to do is to make sure you lock up this victory. Knicks, Brunson spins off of Nembhard, driving it down. Pump fake, steps through. In the lane, kicks it out to nobody. Shamet was not ready for the pass from Brunson. Shamet didn't even look to catch the ball. It just went right past him. Deshaun said, I hope Judge hit a homer tonight. Yeah, shout out USA versus Canada. Walker has it on the left wing, spinning to his right, driving it down against Brunson, leaves it off for Zubac, flips it up with the left hand, can't get it to go. Bridges slapping at the rebound. Zubac able to recover it though, but then throws it away to Robinson. Another steal for Robinson. Brunson over to Bridges. Bridges over to Shamet. Left wing three for Landry. Can't get it to go, but a foul on Walker. Oh, no, not Walker. A foul on Nesmith. And Shamet will go to the foul line for 3 free throws. What a terrible foul. Deshaun said, I noticed folks trying to top Bam's 83. If anybody could do it, other people would have done it by now, right? Shamet knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Sadu Berry, what's up, Sadu Berry? Brian Jacobs said, Bridges with the fade away. Off bounds, one-legged three-point attempt. It definitely feels like the kind of shot attempts he's been taking lately, man. It's tough. It is tough. Landry Shamet goes 2 for 3 from the foul line. No, goes 1 for 3 from the foul line, but the Knicks pick up the loose ball rebound from Anunoby, and Bridges misses a wide-open left wing three. He continues to be disappointing. Mikhail, I can't defend you if you don't give me any ammo to go against these people talking down in your name. They got every right to at this point. Zubac has it in the post against Robinson. Backing him down. Backing him down. Drop step hook shot. Got it to go for Zubac. Fantastic go-to move for Big Zoo. It's a 13-point game. Largest lead of the game was 15. It's 13 right now, 62-49. 8:30 to go. Brunson bringing it down, being guarded by Nesmith. Brunson coming to his left off a Bridges screen. They get over to Anunoby. Anunoby has it up top, being guarded by Toppin, coming to his left. Anunoby driving it down. Pump fake. Cross-court pass to Bridges. He takes the lane. Mid-range pull-up jumper from McHale. Finally got one to go down, McHale. There you go. He didn't want to take that three. Instead, he took the one dribble into the mid-range jumper, a much more comfortable shot for him, and he got it to go down. Nesmith gets it over to Zubac, back to Nesmith, down the lane, tries to kick it out. Ball gets knocked out of the air. They knock it back to Toppin. They hit the cross-court pass to Nembhard, back down low to Zubac, being guarded by Robinson. Backing him down, picks up his ball handling, kicks it out to Toppin, pass fake, Toppin, driving to his right, down the lane, inside pass, flip shot for Jarace Walker, got it to go. Nice, calm possession there for the Pacers. They had to swing it around, good rotation from the Knicks, had to swing it around a couple of times, but did not force anything, and ultimately found the open man, and Walker knocked down the floater along the baseline. Bridges, a right corner three after knocking down the mid-range jump shot, continues to miss fire from three, though. Still a 13-point lead for the Knicks. Lob pass down low. Toppin catches it, gets fouled by Brunson. Foul on the floor. Lee Wei, she said, Bridges is living up to the name the way he's shooting. Aisha with the Aisha. We are showing off tonight. A little bit. The lobs have been fun for sure. Deshaun said, when the Wizards are playing without Trae Young again, I hope tomorrow I'm going to have to take Tatum triple-double and Brown for 40. Might have to. They get it into Nembhard being guarded by Bridges. 7:20 to go. Nembhard driving to his right, crossing over to his left on Brunson. Spins to his right, pump fake, spins. And a headband falls off his head. He spins again, can knock down the little floater off the one leg. And the headband is on the floor. Somebody go get that headband. Someone's going to slip on it. Anunoby crosses over to his left, down the lane, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. He was looking for the foul call. He doesn't get it. Here comes Walker, bringing it down the other way. He's got space, kicks it in the corner. Wide open three for Kobe Brown, and Kobe Brown comes up short. But it doesn't matter because Kobe Brown was standing on the out-of-bounds line, the sideline, before he shot that three. So even though he missed it, it didn't count anyway, and the ball is going to go back to the Knicks, and they hold the 13-point lead with 7 minutes to go. Just under 7 minutes to go here. Zene? What's up, Zene? JB with 50% shooting. He's been fantastic tonight. 9 for 18 from the floor. 23 points. Maybe not fantastic, but he's been very good. Isaiah Garner said, I do not like Huck minutes. Please, no. I'm also not a fan of Huck minutes, but the other option is Trey Jemison. And I think you're just gonna get more of the same there between Jemison and Huck Porty. I haven't been a big fan of Huck Porty's development this year. I've kind of been let down and disappointed. I think he's been slightly worse than he was last year. Brian Jacobs said, we have a top 2 pick in this upcoming draft. Should we take AJ? We'll see where you end up in the lottery, brother. You could still drop down to 4. You would keep the pick, but you could still drop down to 4. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at the standings. If we go over to the standings, the Pacers are the worst team in the East, and they are the worst team in the NBA. So the lowest you could drop is 4. So no matter what, as long as you keep the worst record, you will keep your pick. It is very important for you to keep your pick, obviously. To add to this core. My goodness, that'd be crazy. The top 3 kind of interchangeable, depending on how you feel. Brian said, but retain 8th and so on. Yes, but, 9th. It's protected 4 to 8, right? Isn't it protected 4 to 8? So you would have to have the 9th pick, but you're not dropping down the 9th. There's almost no way for you to do so unless you start winning a bunch of games and move past the Wizards and the Nets, not catching the Bulls, and the Kings and maybe the Jazz or something. So you're not going to jump that high. Nig Yak said Bridges needs to take more mid-range until he finds a stroke again. I would just like him to see, I agree, Yak. I would just like to see him aggressive. Like, look for your shot a little more often, even if it is mid-range pull-up jumpers, because you got to recalibrate this jump shot right now, man. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. By the way, my guy Dottie is back on the court. Do something, Dottie, do something. All right, here we go. Check him back in. I look away for 1 second to wipe my nose, and Ben Shepherd gets a steal in the inbound and lays it up and in, and Brunson will bring it down now against Shepherd. What a play from Shepherd. He's trying to change the tenor of this game. He's guarding Brunson full court. Brunson gets it over to Huck Porty, back to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left, driving it down, spins to his right in the lane, pump fakes, leans in, fall-away jumper. Got to go for Jalen Brunson. Says, all right, buddy. All right, buddy. Calm down. Nembhard gets it over to Kobe Brown. Brown coming to his right. Swings it back over to Nembhard. He'll line up the three over Dottier. He'll come up short. Long rebound. Nembhard chases it down. Spins. Kicks it out to Shepherd. Pump fake. One dribble to his left. Kicks it up top to Brown. Brown over to Nembhard. Attacking the lane in the paint. Pump fake. Leans in. Kicks it back out. Jay Huff will fire up the left wing three. And Jay Huff will knock down the left wing three. And it's back to 10. And a timeout here for the Knicks. Mike Brown did not like what he saw from the Knicks there. A little lackadaisical on 2 straight offensive possessions for the Pacers there for the Knicks defense. Deshaun said, are the Knicks getting Trae Young and Giannis next season? No, they are not, brother. No, they are not. Depending on how the playoffs go, they might reconnect with the Milwaukee Bucks and see what the price is for Giannis this offseason, but they will not be getting Trae Young. Nor have they ever been interested in getting Trae Young. Steven Smith said Mikal Bridges will be great because of a possible great attitude, and one's attitude determines their attitude, their altitude. Their attitude determines their altitude. Mikal will probably be one of the biggest reasons we'll win an NBA championship. If the Knicks win a championship, Mikal Bridges will absolutely be a huge reason as to why. To win a championship, it's got to be all hands on deck. The Knicks will not win a championship if Mikal Bridges does not show up come playoff time. Zane said 5 picks, he better. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Knicks have to win. The Knicks absolutely have to win a championship to justify that trade, because it was an overpay, and it was an overpay. In the moment they did it, Isaiah Garner said, Rockets looking like a first round or second round exit. I was watching the game the other day. Very KD dependent. Yep. Very KD dependent. Very KD dependent. And that's not a good place to be when he's 37 years old either. Brian Jacobs said, OG is why you will win. The way the Knicks will win is if Brunson is their best player, Towns is their second best player, Anunoby's their third best player, and Bridges is their fourth best player. They cannot win unless all 4 of those guys play fantastically. It will not happen. Or it will be very, very difficult, and it's very unlikely if it were to happen that way. Brian Jacobs said, hadn't Gobert had reset the market at that time? I just think that the price tag, maybe a little bit, I think the price tag for high-valued role players who are really good at specific things like 3 and D, with a little bit of self-creation, the price tag is just very high, right? Which is why Trae Young gets traded for like a first-round pick, but Desmond Bane gets traded for 4 first-round picks, and Mikal Bridges gets traded for 5 first-round picks. That is why. I think teams value specific skill sets and not necessarily like what your stats are. Dottier drives it down, fall away mini, knock me down. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battles for the loose ball, but it goes over to Brown. I like the aggressiveness from Dottier, though. Be more confident in that shot. I can tell you he was a little hesitant. They kick it over to Jay Huff for a 3 over Dottier. Got it to go for Jay Huff, and it's a 7-point game. And he got fouled by Dottier. All right, we might have to pull Dottier now. I may have seen enough. Come on. Come on, Pacom. Better than that. You are better than that, brother. You're smarter than that, too. Come on. All right, I don't see the foul, but they're going to send him to the foul line for one more free throw. Brunson Knicks are my sleeper team, not because of the fans. Jay Huff knocks down his and one free throw, and it is a 6-point game again. All right. Mark said, get him out. Not my guy getting to get him out. Dadier, you got to make up for it, man. You got to knock down a 3 or something. Come on, Dadier. Brunson calling for a screen from Dadier, coming to his left. Brunson gets McConnell switched onto him. Brunson driving it down, kicks it back over to Dadier, takes the baseline, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Bridges. Shot clock winding down. Bridges got to let it fly. He comes up short on it. Rebound goes to McConnell. And here we go. They get it over to Kobe Brown. Pump fake, driving it down on Dadier. They kick it out to Shepherd. A left wing three for Shepherd. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Bridges the rebound over to Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Diawara to the scorer's table. Brunson spins off of Shepherd. Has it up top. Crosses over on Huff. Throws up the floater. Comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Huff pulls it down. And Jay Huff gets it over to McConnell. McConnell gets it over to Walker. Walker on the right wing being guarded by Brunson. Over to Huff. Catches. Pump fakes. And a foul on Huck Porty going for the Huff pump fake. Deshaun said the Knicks don't care about blowing teams out; they just want to win. I could argue that blowing teams out is the most definitive way of making sure you win. If you truly care about winning, then you should care about blowing a team out. McConnell has it up top, being guarded by Clarkson. Crossing over to his left off the Huff screen. McConnell in the mid-range kicks it up top to Huff. Huff the pick and pop. He just hit 2 in a row. Misses that third one though. And a loose ball rebound on Dadier. All right, now you got to get Dadier out. Man. He's holding the team back right now. And you guys know I love Dadier. You know I love me some Dadier. Dom Anthony, what's up, Dom Anthony? Knicks constantly try to give games away. Man, they sure love... They just want to run the cardiac Knicks affair again, man. It's a cardiac Knicks affair all the time with the Knicks. Bridges at the scoring table for 2. The Pacers are in the bonus. Dadier comes out for Bridges. Comes back in. Bridges previously came out for... And Shaman also back in. Brown knocks down both free throws. It's a 4-point game. Brunson bringing it down. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Shepherd. Shepherd providing good pressure defense here. Brunson coming to his left off the Huck Porty screen. They get over to Diawara. Diawara hands it off to Brunson. Brunson gets it back to Diawara. Diawara in the lane, throws up the floater. Got it to go from Mo. I love that from Mo. Confident floater. First basket of the night. And a moving screen on Ben Shepherd. Shamit always does a great job of selling the contact on the moving screens. Right? There's a moving screen on every single play in the NBA. Every single one. Deshaun said, I'm huge on cushions too. Yeah. I don't even need like a giant, enormous, fluffy cushion. I just need a nice, solid one, right? Give me the 10, 12-point lead. I'm good with that. Knicks up by 6. Brunson has it up top. Coming to his left off a Diawara screen to get over to Shamit. Cutting to his right. Now they kick it out to Clarkson. Clarkson on the left wing. Trying to get it to Brunson. They hand it off to Brunson. Shot clock winding down. Brunson, jab step. Coming to his right. Crosses over. Inside. Clarkson. Layup. Gets it on the rim. Can't get it to drop down. Huck Porty mistimed his jump as it fell on the rim for an extra bounce than he expected. And now Shepherd pushing it the other way. Gets it over to McConnell. McConnell swings through to his right. Crossing over to his left against Brunson. Almost gets tripped up, but saves it out to Shepherd. Shepherd takes the lane. Gets blocked at the rim. Shepherd picks it up. Kicks it out to Huff. Huff catches. Ran off the line. He's going to drive it down. Throws up the floater over Huck. And Jay Huff gets it to go. And Jay Huff has been fantastic. All 9 of his points, or 7 of his points, or 6 of his points, or whatever, have coming in this quarter. He's knocked down 2 threes, one of them being a 4-point play, and now knocks down that floater. Diawara hands it off to Brunson. Brunson swings through to his right, now crossing over to his left. Sees a double team. Inside pass to Diawara. Spins in the lane. Throws up another floater. Can't get that one to go. Rebound to Walker. And now here come the Pacers pushing it the other way, trying to get it to a single possession game. Shepherd along the baseline. Kicks it up top to Walker. Walker on the left wing. Under 3 to go in this third quarter. Walker now crossing over to his left. Down the lane against Hugporty. Can't get the layup to go. Rebound to Brunson. Brunson pushing the other way. Hit ahead to Shamit. Shamit leaves it off for Diawara. Diawara walks into a right wing three. He's open. Way off on that three-point shot, Diawara. And now here comes McConnell. McConnell walking it down the other way. Wants to make sure his team gets a good shot here. Robinson back at the scores table. McConnell gets it over to Shepard. Back to McConnell. McConnell gets it over to Huff. Huff quickly fires the three. In and out, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Knocks it out to Walker. Walker down the lane. No look pass inside to Kobe Brown. And a 2-point game it is. The Pacers have battled all the way back, and here we go. Here we go. Mark said Mo has lost. He's lost a little bit. He's lost a little bit. So is Dadier, Mo. They lost a little bit for sure. For sure. Zane said no Mo threes. Yeah, we haven't had some Mo threes, man. Haven't had these Mo threes. He's 1 for 6 from the field tonight. Mo looking like a rookie out there. He is indeed looking like a rookie. Mark said, what a joke. But this is what you're gonna get when your third guy, Mikal Bridges, doesn't show up. You suddenly find yourself reliant on a rookie in Mo Diawara, who just cracked the rotation not too long ago. Okay, he's not having a good game tonight. Hard to rely on those guys consistently. 51st pick in the draft. Hard to rely on him. Okay, he doesn't show up. Okay, you should have other guys who can step up, right? Dadier, second-year guy. He's had a little bit of a disappointing second season. Hasn't found any playing time. Hasn't had any meaningful moments this season. Hasn't shown anything to give coaches or the fans belief that he's developing in the right way. Maybe he is behind the scenes, but not anything that the fans have been able to see. He comes in tonight. Hasn't really done much. He knocked down a lucky logo three. That's about it. Okay, so you get nothing from Diawara. You get nothing from Dadier. So you get nothing from the young wings. Okay. Landry Shamet. You've been huge and clutch for us this season. What you got for us tonight? 1 for 4 from the field for 4 points. Okay. Jordan Clarkson, the hero in the Utah Jazz game. What you got for us tonight, Jordan Clarkson? You got 3 points. Okay. Hugporty. Okay, no Karl-Anthony Towns. You're going to back up Mitchell Robinson tonight. Step right in. All right, Hugporty, give us something. 0 points and a rebound. That's what Huck has. Or 2 rebounds, whatever he's got. It's been Jalen Brunson or bust. It's been Jalen Brunson and Anunoby as Shamet finally walks into another open three and knocks it down straight away. Thank you, Landry Shamet. Good pass from Brunson. Brian said only 17 NBA games to go before the playoffs. The Knicks have 14 games, I believe. Under 2 to go. McConnell has it up top being guarded by Diawara. They swing it out to Walker. A left wing three. He's open, and he gets the 3 points right back. Brunson bringing it down. He has it up top. Jarris Walker. Why I keep calling him Drace. Jarris Walker. Brunson up top, coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Brunson dancing with it against McConnell, crosses over to his left, spins to his right. He's got space, fall away jumper. Too strong, can't get it to go. Robinson, the offensive rebound, tries to get it inside to Clarkson. Ball gets knocked away by Huff. McConnell pushing it the other way, spins to his left, in the paint, loses his bounce, gets it back to Walker down the lane, loose ball. Brunson ends up with it. Hit ahead to Diawara. Diawara's going to push over to Clarkson. Right corner three for Clarkson. Gets blocked by Huff. And McConnell saves it from going out of bounds. Bodies hitting the floor all over the place. Home run pass to Walker. Good defense from Shaman to get back at least, to get over to Brown. And Brown will wait for his teammates and then get it back to McConnell under a minute to go here. And it's a 2-point game. McConnell up top, being guarded by Brunson. Crosses over to his left, spins to his right, in the lane. Fall away jumper, got it to go. And it's a tied ball game, folks. It is a tied ball game. Here we go. 40 seconds to go. Our timer's 20 seconds behind. We're all right, though. Brunson up top. Gets it over to Robinson. Back to Brunson. Brunson on the right wing. Jab step. He's got space. Crosses over to his left. Goes right into McConnell. Gets the layup and the foul. He's going to the foul line for one more. What a finish. What a drive. What a finish. Brunson at the foul line for one more with 31 seconds to go. Take our timer down a little bit more. Zane said no Hallie either. No Hallie. We knew this. We knew this. No Towns, though. Why is my timer still going? I'm hitting this button. Come on. Brunson at the foul line for one more. Knock down our free throws, and he misses it. Can't be missing free throws, Knicks. Can't be missing free throws. McConnell has it up top, being guarded by Shamet. 20 seconds to go. McConnell's going to wind it down as long as he can. It's about a 7-second difference between game clock and shot clock. McConnell coming to his right. Brunson switched on to him. McConnell's going to drive along the baseline. Tries to shovel it inside the Shepherd. Gets knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Pacers. And they have 1.7 on their shot clock. 8.6 in the game clock. Dom Anthony said, how can JC play so bad after a big night? It's almost as if he's not a very good, very consistent player at this point in his career. 33 years old. Was never a consistent player throughout his career. But it's gotten worse as he's gotten older. And it's almost as if it's part of the reason he's no longer in the rotation. Brian said, this game isn't over. Knicks aren't just running away with it. Never expected that in the least, Brian. I have been fully expected in this game coming down to the wire since we started. Nembhard has to get it in. They get it in to Nesmith. He's got space. Right wing three at the buzzer. Got it to go. Knew that one was going in. You just knew that one was going in. Nesmith has been off all night, but he puts the Pacers up 1. Brunson bringing it down behind the back. Gets it over to Clarkson at the buzzer. Clarkson, and he answers right back with a buzzer beater of his own. And it is a 2-point lead for the Knicks going into the fourth quarter here. There we go. There we go, JC. Way to get it right back. Way to get it back. Zane said, aren't the Pacers tanking, though? Not when it comes to the Knicks. I mean, they didn't play Nembhard and Zubac in the second half last night. But when it comes to the Knicks, when it comes to the New York Knicks, the rival Pacers will get up for that game. They'll get up for their rival. They will get up for their rival without question. No matter who is out there, the Knicks and the Pacers are destined to be in dogfights for the rest of time, no matter what the records look like for either team. No matter what. Let's take a look at this. Going around the league. Start of the fourth quarter here. Pistons blowing it open against the Grizzlies here. Up by 14 now going into the fourth. Knicks and Pacers locked in a tight one. To be expected, as always. Mark said, my number one hated team of all time. Absolutely. I agree with you. I'm in agreement on that one. Suns and Raptors locked in a tight one. Cavs have blown it open against the Mavs. Pelicans, Rockets, 7-point game. Pretty tight. And then our late games later on. But in that third quarter, the New York Knicks scored 20 points. Not good enough, guys. Not good enough in the least bit. Kay Hazy said, thank you for breaking the curse, Clarkson. I knew Nesmith would shoot a 3 and they would go up 1. You just knew. You just knew, right? Nesmith was going to get that shot with 1.7 on the clock. He was going to catch it. He was going to fire it. Did not matter what the contest was going to look like. You knew he was going to knock that down. Deshaun said wire to wire? That's not a wire to wire. That's not what a wire to wire is. But it is going to come down to the end. Brian said Clarkson, when it's not a game hoops and skinny jeans, he's fired. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, brother. Mark said, followed by the Atlanta Braves. Thanks, Chipper and Rocker. All right, here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. All right, start of the fourth quarter. We're coming back out. Here we go. Who we starting that fourth quarter with? Anunoby, Robinson, Shamet, Clarkson, and Alvarado, looks like. And the Pacers will walk out with Jarris Walker, Zubac, Nembhard, Nesmith, and Toppin. Alvarado gets it up top to Clarkson. Clarkson just hit the 3. What else you got for me, Clarkson? Dancing with it, coming to his left, down the lane, ball knocked out of his hands. He doesn't have much. They get it out to Alvarado, back to Clarkson, walks into the 3 in the left wing. Clarkson comes up short, battle for the rebound. Shaman knocks in the air. Anunoby knocks over to Robinson. Back to Clarkson. Clarkson up top, coming to his right for Robinson screen. Driving to his right, in and out dribble, throws up a floater. In and out, can't get it to stay. Robinson battling for it, but Zubac ends up with it. Now here come the Pacers. Need more, Clarkson. Need you to get buckets here. Walker has it on the right wing, being guarded by Clarkson, and a foul on Clarkson. So Walker gets it into Nembhard, being guarded by Alvarado. They get it over to Toppin. They get it over to Zubac. Back to Toppin. Attacking to his left. They kick it out to Nembhard. Nembhard coming to his right at the Zubac screen. Driving it down. Fall away, long mid-range jumper. Throws up an air ball. Maybe it grazed the rim. They don't give him the shot clock violation, but Clarkson picks up the rebound anyway. Clarkson coming to his left to get over to Anunoby. Anunoby crossing over down the lane against Toppin. Gets the layup and the foul. I love OG being a tank. I love him just putting his head down, getting to the rim and drawing contact. And he's doing a great job of creating space through that contact and getting the finish to go down. Marvadelidiv? What's up, Marv? Why is Mikal Bridges not even trying to score? I think he's trying, brother. He's just not successful in it. And that's a problem. Anunoby knocks down his and one free throw. He could be more aggressive for sure. Nembhard bringing it down against Alvarado. Good pressure from Alvarado in the backcourt. Nembhard coming to his right against the off the Zubac screen. Bump from Alvarado. They kick it out to Toppin. Pump fakes. Step back. Toppin a three. Can't get it to go. And the rebound to Robinson. Robinson now up to 16 rebounds tonight. My goodness. Shammy gets it over to Robinson. Robinson fakes the handoff. Keeps it alive. Fakes the handoff again. Keeps it. He's got nowhere to go with it. Hands it off to Shamit. Shamit coming to his right. He's got space. Pulls it out now. Being guarded by Nesmith. Nesmith does a good job closing off the space. They get over to Robinson. Back to Shamit. Shamit now fires a three. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Toppin. Toppin bringing it down the other way. Toppin on the left wing. Hands it off to Nesmith. Nesmith being chased by Alvarado. Putting his head down. Attacking. Nesmith to the rim. Gets blocked by Robinson. Give Mitchell Robinson Defensive Player of the Game. All the Knicks got to do is make sure they pull this victory off. Anunoby up top. Coming to his left. Driving it down in the lane. Kicks it out to Alvarado. Alvarado gets it over to Clarkson. Clarkson up top. Being guarded by Walker. Blows past him in the lane. Euro steps. Reverse layup. Got it to go for Jordan Clarkson. Love to see that drive. Nice spinning layup and a timeout for the Pacers. And Clarkson's just going to hang out on the floor for a little bit and catch his breath. Took a hard bump holding his hip a little bit. Ain't nothing run for the Knicks as they take the 7-point lead back. Okay, it's cool. It's cool. Mark said Shamit can't hit the stop and pop leaners. Yeah, he's in a pretty bad slump right now. He is 2 for 6 from the field tonight, 2 for 6 from three-point range, essentially. All of his shots coming from three. Deshaun said, wait, I thought Wire to Wire was having a lead at the end of all quarters. No, Wire to Wire, Deshaun, kind of, but Wire to Wire is having a lead from never trailing in the game. Wire to Wire is having a lead from opening tip to the end of the game. Wire to Wire means you never trailed in the game at any point. It's kind of the same thing, but a little bit different. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? Can you explain your optimism for the Knicks in the playoffs? They went deep against every team to make it as far as they did, and that to barely. I just don't see it. My optimism is that I think Coach Brown has pushed a lot of the right buttons this season. He's used the regular season as a long 82-game experimentation to mess around with the roster and see what lineups work. And I think this is a significantly deeper team than the Knicks had last year for Tom Thibodeau. I think they have a lot more options. And I also think that Mike Brown trusting more players will allow this Knicks team to find a way to make it through a grueling playoff run. Whereas last year, it definitely felt by the time they made it to the conference finals against the Pacers, they were running on gas a little bit because the starters were playing such heavy minutes. And again, the bench wasn't great, but obviously Tom Thibodeau did not trust the bench at all and was running his starters into the ground. So my optimism for the Knicks is that they are, by the advanced metrics, one of the best teams in the NBA, one of the 5 best teams in the NBA. By the eye test, on nights where it's clicking, one of the best teams in the NBA, no doubt. We watched them go toe-to-toe against the Thunder. We watched them go toe-to-toe against the Celtics. The only team we have not we've watched them dominate the Nuggets. We've watched them dominate the Spurs. The only team that we have not seen the Knicks play well against at all this year has been the Detroit Pistons. And I think part of that, not the entire thing, but a small part of that is the fact that the Pistons treated those games like playoff matchups. Like they were like, no, we're not losing to the Knicks ever again after losing in the first round last year. And the Knicks, I think, just walked into that game like it was, oh, here's our regular season game against the Pistons. It's going to be a tough one. Let's go out and let's compete, guys. And then they just got ran off the court by the Pistons, who took that game, who took those matchups extremely personal. So we'll see how they match up in the playoffs. That is the one team that I'm like, I would love to not see them in the playoffs, but we'll see how it works out. So I'm high on this team, and I've maintained that I think they're a dark horse championship contending team as Toppin knocks down a right wing three. We're back into it. Let's get into it. But a lot has to go right for them come the playoffs. But I'm pretty confident in their ability to hold up in most matchups this playoffs against almost every team in the East. Anunoby driving to his right, down the lane, takes a bump, can't get the layup to go, but he's going to go to the foul line for two. Another foul to Obi Toppin here as he just knocked down that three. ALG Production. What's up, ALG? Brian said, no, actually, they played better hurt. They have too many good players. I don't know who we're talking about. Steven Smith, the teams I've traditionally loved to hate, Celtics, Heat, and Pacers. Very good teams to hate. I love to hate the Pacers due to the Knicks are always expected to beat them and sometimes don't. Most of the time don't. Especially recently. Anunoby knocks down his first free throw. He's got another one coming. I would have loved to have said Franz if you asked me a month ago, but now I believe Bane and Paolo are learning to play together. Yeah, and then you add Franz to that mix, though, too. PR Devilman? What's up, PR? Let's go indeed, the New York to score 112. I mean, as long as it comes in the win, I don't really care what they score. McConnell knocks down a mid-range pull-up jumper. Anunoby did knock down both free throws. It's a 4-point game, 83-79. Anunoby bringing it down, coming to his right. Throws a lob up top to Robinson, gets knocked out of the air by Zubac. Got to get it a little higher up, OG. Got to get that thing higher up. Mitchell Robinson can go get it. Walker down the lane, gets stripped. No, a foul is called on Shamit, and Walker will go to the foul line for two with just under 9 to go here. Manuel Mercado, what's up, Manuel? I picked the Knicks to win the East. I'm with you on that. I got confidence. I got hope. Mike Brown's going to use his challenge here. Mike Brown calling the timeout, going to use the challenge. Okay, we rarely see Mike Brown use those challenges. Happy to see that. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Knicks will be 2026 champs. What's up, 2026 champs? Why are we struggling against these guys? Because the Pacers are getting up to play this game. Any team can be competitive on any night if they take the game seriously enough, right? And the Pacers are intentionally losing games this season because Halliburton is out. They know they don't have a chance of actually really competing in the East this year. And they dealt with a ton of injuries to start the year, so they got off to a bad start, and they were like, all right, screw it, we're tanking then. It's an incredible draft anyway. Let's make sure we get a draft pick. So they were able to trade for Zubac, and they're going to be able to get a lottery pick this year if they maintain the worst record in the league. So it behooves them to actually lose this game tonight. Isaiah Garner said, what do these guys get? What don't these guys get? Yeah, I mean, anything could beat any team in the NBA. And the reason why some teams are so bad is because they purposely want to lose games, right? And so coaches will put out funky rotations out there. They'll play their end of the bench guys. They will experiment throughout the game. They'll change defensive coverages throughout the game. Players will get confused, even though they're trying hard and they're playing hard. And that's how you can manufacture a loss in the NBA. But if you're actually trying to win a game, we obviously know Carlisle can coach his butt off. We know all of these guys are good rotation players, except for maybe Kobe Brown, but he's been impressive tonight as well. We know McConnell is a tested player. We know Neesmith's a tested player. We know Zubac's a tested player. We know Walker, maybe not a tested player, but we know he's got skill. And you put a lot of these guys out there. Nembhard's playing tonight. A lot of their rotation guys are playing who normally sit out. Obviously, no Siakam, so that puts them behind the 8 ball a little bit. But overall, like if the Pacers wanted to compete on any given night, they could compete with anybody. But they don't because they want to make sure they keep that pick. So tonight, they want to compete. They want to compete against their rival. They show up against the Knicks. every single time. They play each other again very soon as well. And guess what? That will also be a tough, competitive, close game. Jay Hay, what's up, Jay Hay? He said, shows how crap the Knicks are. Can't even beat a tanking Pacers. I don't know if you guys understand how tanking works. But if you don't want to lose the basketball game, you could actually put up a good fight. And the Pacers don't want to lose to the Knicks because they are rivals. Any other night, Pacers are gladly, willing, want to lose. Tonight, Pacers want to play to win. Alvarado swings through to his right, gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby attacking to his right, spins to his left, step back, fall away midi, can't get it to go, battle for the rebound, Huff picks it up, and here come the Pacers. Still a 4-point game, 8:30 to go. McConnell has it up top, being guarded by Clarkson. Coming to his right off the Huff screen. They get it over to Huff, now over to Shepherd. Shepherd over to McConnell, swings through to his right, down the lane against Diawara. Down in the paint, puts up the jumper, can't get it to go. Anunoby the rebound. Quick outlet to Alvarado. Alvarado over to Diawara. Diawara up top. Pulls it out. Coming to his right. Jay Huff guarding him. Diawara crosses over. Down the lane. Scoop blade with the right hand. Got it to go. Look at Mo. He got it to go. Would you look at Mo? Attacking the rack. You love to see it. Stop and pop three from McConnell? Of course. McConnell's taken like 4 threes this year. Of course he knocks that one down. 85-82. A 3-point game. Clarkson up top gets it over to Alvarado. Back to Clarkson. Clarkson being guarded by Shepherd. Clarkson attacking to his right. Loses the handle, picks it up in the lane, creates some space, fall away jumper. Got it to go. But they wave it off and they call an offensive foul on Jordan Clarkson. Okay. They take a point away from the Pacers. They call it a long 2, actually. Jay Hay say, or they don't want to get fined. Thanks for the explanation. I don't think they care about getting fined. I think they would take the loss even if they got fined. They would pay a fine to make sure they lost the game. They don't want to lose to the Knicks. Is the main thing. Diawara driving again, layup, can't get it to go, and ends up fouling Nesmith as Nesmith grabbed the rebound. I like Diawara's aggression. But if you're going to drive to the rim, you better pick up the points. I do like the aggression from Diawara there, though. I like it. Showing some growth on that. Here comes McConnell bringing it down. McConnell has it up top, being guarded by Bridges, who's back in. McConnell gets it over to Brown, back to McConnell. McConnell dancing with it, Anunoby switched on to him. McConnell in the mid-range, pump fakes, ball knocked out of his hands. He picks it back up, driving to his right, mid-range jumper over Anunoby. Got it to go. OG Anunoby all in his jersey, hanging over him, and McConnell knocks it down, fading out of bounds. This man is a demon. This man haunts me in my nightmares. Alvarado coming to his right, swings it out to Diawara. He lines up the straightaway 3. I love the no fear. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound, Jay Huff picks it up. And now here comes McConnell bringing it down. McConnell putting his head down, attacking in the lane, stops, spins. Anunoby digs down, and he picks up the foul on McConnell. 6:30 to go. Nadio said, check in. Since my game turned into a blowout, close game here. Very close game here. Very close game here. Nembhard checking in. I believe Jalen Brunson also checking in for Alvarado here. Deshaun said, when will the Knicks realize they have to play hard every game? I think they've realized that, brother. Because folks wake up and come to work them in New York. In the New York games, they want to definitely beat us, which is crazy because we for the towns. I think the Knicks recognize that. The thing is that the Knicks get the best from every opponent in the league, right? Every team wants to play well, wants to have their guarded moment. Shepherd, left corner 3, can't get it to go. Brunson, the rebound. Every player, every team wants to have their guarded moment. And then when you go on the road, as the Knicks are now one of the better teams in the NBA, they want to test their mettle against the Knicks. As Anunoby gets to the rim, draws the foul. Jay Huff came over for a nice block, but the foul's on Shepherd, so Anunoby will go to the foul line for 2. There's been a very few times this season where the Knicks where you look out there and you're like, oh, the Knicks are just not playing hard. They didn't bring it at all tonight, right? There's a difference between playing poorly and not playing hard, right? So they've had instances where they've played poorly, but they've still played hard. As Anunoby misses a free throw. We got to knock down our free throws, fellas. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. Knock down your dang free throws. Russell Field said Cap, Hart, Deuce will come back strong. I've maintained the Knicks team they're not deep enough with talent to survive missed games from high-level role guys or high-level players. So Towns, Josh Hart, McBride, a lot for a Knicks team that is suddenly reliant on Mo Diawara and Pacom Dadie tonight, right? And some Huck Porty as well. They get it over to Nembhard. Nembhard, pump fake, swings through to his left, down the lane, splits the defense to the rim, waits for a second, flips it up at the rim, gets blocked out of bounds, I guess. They call it out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Pacers. Knicks are a bit confused on the call. Robinson's going to check in now. No, he's not. Mike Brown called him up and then sat him back on the bench. Okay. Ruzande, what's up, Ruzande? Some of these generational fans don't know how the games go when it comes to rivals. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Why is my score off? It's 86-83. It's a 3-point game. It doesn't matter. Throw the records out the window. The Pacers want to beat the Knicks. It is within the Pacers' best interest to make sure they lose this game, right? The Pacers need to maintain the worst record in the league to guarantee that they keep their pick. All right, so now the Knicks are using a challenge. Okay. It is within the Pacers' best interest to make sure they lose this game tonight. But they're going to do their dangdest to beat the New York Knicks tonight because it's their rival. They're showing the replay here, and nobody touches it. It just slips out of Nembhard's hands at the last second there. It's going to be Knicks ball. This is the second challenge from the Knicks. They're going to win it, but now they're going to be out of challenges for the remainder of the game. David, 3-0, USA, 6th inning. Nice to see. Deshaun said, Deuce, Alvarado, Hart, Shamit, and Jordan Clarkson got to see the floor together. Deuce, Alvarado, Hart, Shamit, and Jordan Clarkson. I hope you don't mean like that 5 lineup because that's a very small 5-man lineup. I want to see the Deuce, Alvarado defensive tandem and see what that looks like, but I'm good on Jordan Clarkson being a part of the rotation once the team gets healthy. Successful challenge, ball back to the Knicks here. Knicks are out of challenge. That was their second one. Bruce said Halliburton has shingles? What the heck? Yeah, he had shingles. A couple of weeks ago, I think that was reported. But Deshaun said Jordan Clarkson brings that Utah vibe. Yeah, I don't know if New York needs the Utah vibe. I don't know. Doka, what's up, Doka? Jalen Brunson will bring it down against Neesmith here. Brunson has it up top, gets it over to Robinson. Robinson hands it off to Brunson. Brunson swings through to his left off the Robinson handoff. Stop, turn, fires away, can't get it to go. Robinson tips it up and in, and then flexes a little bit. Got something to say to Jarace Walker, who tried to come over and fight for that rebound. Robinson now with 12 and 18 for Mitchell Robinson. My goodness, Mitch dominating the boards tonight. Walker dancing around a Zubac screen. He settles for the pull-up 3. Can't get it to go. Robinson can't get to the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knicks or go back to the Knicks here. 5-point lead for New York. And the Knicks will bring it down. 5 minutes to go. Brunson gets it over to Robinson. Same play here. But now they're going to change it. Variation. Robinson has it up top. Hands it off to Diawara. Diawara coming to his right. Sees a double team. Spinning to his left. And PJ Ferraro with the subscription. Appreciate you, PJ. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Bridges on the left wing. Picked up his handle. Gets it out to Brunson. Shot clock winding down. Brunson, one dribble. Puts up the 3 at the buzzer. Comes up wide right. Bridges, you got to get a shot up there, brother. You can't lose your handle there. Not with the shot clock winding down. Nembhard has it on the right wing, being guarded by Brunson. Nembhard dancing with it, coming to his left, step back, pump fake, leans in against Brunson. Good defense from the Knicks there. Now Zubac hands it off to Nembhard. Nembhard, that baseline pull-up jumper, he's been knocking it down all night, but he misses that one. And Diawara, the rebound. Here comes Jalen Brunson. I like Mike Brown trusting Diawara, who's kind of been iffy here tonight. Brunson swings it out to Diawara. Diawara coming to his right, keeps the dribble alive. Now tries to hand it off to Bridges. A wonky handoff, but Bridges has it up top, being guarded by Walker. Walker applying pressure, and Walker picked up the foul. What kind of pressure was that from Jarris Walker? What kind of pressure was that? Jose said Nembhard needs to start making buckets. He does if the Pacers want a chance of winning this one. He does indeed. Steven Verdejo, what's up, Steven? Our best defensive five I want to see is Jose, Deuce, OG, Mo, and Mitch. That's an interesting one for sure. I like that. I want to see that one too. Robinson hands it off to Shamit. Shamit lobs it back down to Robinson. Robinson goes up, gets blocked, gets his own rebound, gets blocked again by Zubac. What a recovery from Zubac there. Here comes Nembhard over to Nesmith. Extra pass, Walker, wide open right corner three, and he knocks it down to knock it back to 2. Under 4 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a 2-point game. 88-86. Brunson has it up top. Every time the Knicks threaten to maybe build a comfortable lead, the Pacers roar back. Brunson over to Shamit. Pump fake, jab step back, right wing three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Rebound to Walker. Here comes Nembhard. They could tie or take the lead here with 3:30 to go. Nembhard up top, being guarded by Shamit. Coming to his left, off the Zubac screen. Bounce pass to Zubac in the corner to Brown. Brown back to Zubac. Zubac being guarded by Robinson. Hands it off to Brown. Brown steps behind the screen. Puts up the 3. Can't get it to go. Brunson another rebound. Brunson with 27, 4, and 7 tonight. Brunson up top, coming to his right off the Robinson screen. Gets it over to Bridges, gets it over to Shamit. Shamit attacking to his left, has it in the lane. Ball knocked out of his hands, but a foul is called. A little bit of a bailout there for the Knicks. 3 minutes to go, 2-point lead. Russell Field, did the Knicks have a heartbeat? They're trying. They're in the bonus. 2 free throws for Shamit. The New York Knicks are in the bonus. They show the replay there. Brown did grab the wrist of Shamit, slapping down at the ball there. Joe said Knicks don't deserve the win? Why not? They played hard tonight. It's been a hard, competitive, tough battle. I think they deserve it. So McConnell comes in for Brown here. They're really looking to go for the win. They put the Demon McConnell in. Shaman knocks down both free throws. 4-point lead. 90-86. Very low scoring affair here tonight. Under 3 to go. And a foul on McHale. Foul's Nembhard out on the perimeter. And are they in the bonus? I believe they're in the bonus. No. Next foul will put the Pacers in the bonus though. So it's side out of bounds for the Pacers here. 3 to go. Any future fouls, even off-ball fouls, will send either team to the foul line now. Inside pass from Walker. Gets knocked out of bounds by Bridges. Good hands, good effort from Bridges there. Dom Anthony said Pacers play like they have a winning record. Tanking, this is why people have such an issue with tanking. Tanking teams aren't so bad that like a team like the Pacers, as Brunson fouls Walker on the inbound there, so that's 2 free throws for Walker. This is why people have such a fundamental issue with tanking. Tanking teams aren't so bad. Like the Pacers shouldn't have a 15-51 record this season. They should not. They should not. Right? They are a better team than that for sure. The reason why they have that record is because at a certain point in the season, they were like, okay, it's actually more beneficial for us to just make sure we lose these games, to make sure we have as high of a possibility of a draft pick as possible, right? And so they have kind of manufactured their season in terms of sitting guys out or resting guys or not playing guys as many minutes or not having the kind of game plan that'll be the best game plan to win that specific game so that they could make sure they win every single game. This is why people have an issue with tanking. Because the Pacers could have, even if they were having a bad season, they could have 28 wins this season. 30 wins, 31 wins. They could be battling for a play-in spot. But instead, they made the decision it's more beneficial for us to lose. And it's the right decision. As Anunoby all the way to the rim, can't get the layup to go, but he draws the foul. Anunoby, we got to get these layups to go, brother. Walker did knock down both free throws. But on a night like tonight, where the Pacers are like, you know what, we're playing our rival, the Knicks. We want to play a good basketball game. We want to win. We don't want to lose to the Knicks. You could see that they could play an excellent basketball game. The Pacers have played so well today. Right? It makes you wonder, how did this team only have 15 wins this season? Deshaun said the Knicks players aren't guarding their man. The Pacers have 88 points, brother. If the Knicks were not guarding their man, the Pacers would have well over 100 points by this time. Anunoby knocks down both free throws. He responds to Walker's 2 free throws. 2:42 to go in this fourth quarter. McConnell bringing it down against Bridges. McConnell tries to get over to Zubac. Robinson knocking at it, but McConnell has it up top. Coming to his left off the Zubac screen. Down the lane. Snakes it back to his right hand. Kicks it out to Nesmith. Pump fake. Jab step. Coming to his left. Leans in. Step back. One-legged fall-away jumper. Can't get it to go. Bridges knocks the rebound over to Robinson. That is Robinson's 19th rebound. Here comes Brunson. Brunson up top. Quick crossover to his left. Driving it down in the lane. Stops. Keeps his dribble alive. Nash dribbles under the rim. Pulls it back out. He has it up top. And it'll reset the offense. 2:15 to go. 92 to 88, a 4-point lead. Brunson isolating, down the lane, takes the bump, flips it up, can't get the floater to go. Robinson, his 20th rebound of the game, and he pulls it all the way back out. Picks up his hand, he's got nowhere to go. He's telling Bridges, come get the ball. Bridges is standing there. Brunson has to come past Bridges to get the ball. They get over to Bridges, knock down the 3, make up for it. There you go, Mikal Bridges. Welcome to the game, Mikal. Welcome to the game. A big-time 3 from Mikal, under 2 to go. 95 to 88 now, a 7-point lead for the Knicks to get over to Nembhard, back to McConnell. McConnell coming to his right. Bridges chasing him, step back, baseline pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. Brunson steals the rebound from Robinson, and Brunson throws it over the top to Anunoby in the paint, gets the layup to go for OG against Nembhard. And suddenly it's a 9-point lead for the Knicks with 1:30 to go. And as long as no shenanigans happen, which it could absolutely happen with this Pacers team, but as long as no shenanigans happen, the Knicks should be able to pull this victory off of the 9-point lead. Simon Joss said, Knicks fans want to win every game in a blowout. They do indeed. They do indeed. Look, the Knicks have one of the best teams in the NBA. So I get people being like, well, the Pacers are 15 and 51. Shouldn't the Knicks be blowing them out tonight? But that isn't necessarily the case every night. MBM said, taking care of business on your court. Absolutely. Absolutely. Brian Jacobs said, there's Bruce again. He's giving it one last try. Curtis Painter. What's up, Curtis? Game over. First time here. Subscribe. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you, Curtis. Hope you're having a good time. We cover games 6 days a week. Try to cover as many basketball games as possible. If there's a good enough set of games on, we'll try to do double headers. Sundays, we try to hit up the triple headers if the games are good enough. Mitchell Robinson with 21 rebounds ties his career high. Need one more rebound, Mitch. We need one more rebound. Break that career high, brother. Lee Wei, she said, Mitchell taking the Timbs tonight? No doubt. Absolutely no doubt, Lee Wei. Absolutely deserves it. He was phenomenal tonight. He was fantastic. Showing the NBA world, if anybody had forgotten, he's a starting caliber center in the NBA. The Knicks are just wrapping him in the bubble wrap until the playoffs. Nesmith down the lane gets the layup to go against Anunoby. Nice finish in the paint by Nesmith. Bridges will bring it down. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson sees a double team. Tries to get over to Bridges. They lose it. Out to Nesmith. Don't do this again. Nesmith can't get it to go, thank goodness. Rebound over to Shamit. I was about to say, come on, man. We don't need these flashbacks. Brunson almost turns it over again, but gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. 1:18 to go. Raymond said, take this to 15 points, guys, no mercy. Just pull out the victory. I don't think the final score will mean anything. Just pull off the victory. Make sure we get the win. MBM said, Mitch with the statement game, no cat, no problem. Yeah, I mean, the problem then becomes, well, who's backing up Mitchell Robinson? Because Hukporty has not been the answer so far this season. I've not liked the Hukporty minutes. I was disappointed Sohan being out today as well because I thought maybe we can get some interesting lineups with Sohan with all the injuries they had. But Jeremy Sohan also out. Brunson knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. (27, 5, and 9 for Brunson so far tonight, by the way. 27, 5, and 9. He's got one more free throw coming. He can get to 28. Ahish just said, from now on, before every game, we're throwing shade at the referees. Brunson rattles in both free throws, 28, or 29. Where'd 29 come from? 29, 5, and 9. Okay, we'll take it. Neesmith down the lane, throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Robinson, a career high in rebounds. There it is, his 22nd board. Bridges gets it back to Brunson. Brunson gets it over to Shamit. Shamit inside to Anunoby, loses the handle on the ball. Walker picks it up. Walker gets it over to Neesmith. Neesmith will dribble it down, gets it over to Huff. Huff the straightaway three. Huff will come up short, the long rebound over to Shamit. They get over to Brunson, and Brunson gets it in the Bridges. Bridges blowing past Huff, and then Huff grabs him. 45 seconds to go, and that will pretty much wrap it up. Bridges to the foul line for two. We'll put the Knicks up by double digits, and that will be it. Simon Ja with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, Simon. Didn't even feel the need to put anything in the super chat. Appreciate for the support, Simon. Thank you for that, man. Lewis said, I'm like Robinson tonight. He's doing, he's thinking? He's thinking. Robinson, player of the game for sure. Player of the game for sure. MBM said, Mitch on the timber trip. Be on the lookout for the picture dropping after here tonight. Mitchell Robinson, 22 rebounds tonight. 22 big old boards. 22. You know Mitch is going to be active on the socials after tonight. You know he's going to post something crazy. I can't wait for it. Mark said, take that dub and run. Get out of here. Absolutely, Mark. Get up. Get back home to New York. It's been a long road trip. Traveling up and down the West Coast. Going to Denver. Going to the LAs. Going up to Utah. Coming back east. Having to make a pit stop down here in Indiana. Go back to New York. Let's take a look at the Knicks schedule. Mark with the very generous re-upping his membership here. He said, salute to the best play-by-play on YouTube. Let's go, Knicks. Appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you. We're just over here having a good time. Let's check the Knicks schedule coming up. We can also check tomorrow. Hold on. Before we do that, as the game's going to wind down here, we're in another timeout. So let's check tomorrow's slate. So tomorrow is Saturday. I will be working on Saturday, so we can't do any of the early games. Hornets Spurs would have been a fun one at 3:30. Oof, that would have been a fun one. But we can't do that one. Unless I come home early, but I doubt it. What do we got late? We got Nuggets, Lakers. You guys know I'm not a Lakers guy. We might be taking tomorrow off because it is a Saturday, and I can't do the early game. If anything I would have wanted to do is the early game. I would have really wanted to do Hornets Spurs, and that would probably be the only game we would do. Maybe Magic Heat, who are playing well against each other. Maybe we do Magic Heat tomorrow. Maybe we do that. But Sunday, hold on. Sunday, we got Timberwolves, Thunder. You know that's going to be a good one. Bridges knocks down his other free throw. So that's great. Rizo, appreciate you, Rizo. Alyssa Lester, appreciate you. Farm Boy TV, appreciate you. We got Pistons, Raptors at 3:30. And then we got Warriors, Knicks later that night in New York. Steph Curry will not be playing, so the Knicks should absolutely dominate that game. You want to talk about a blowout? The Knicks should blow out the Warriors. They should. Probably won't. But there's a good chance that they could. 17 months, Mark. Appreciate you, brother. My guy Mark was number 1. The first guy to become a member of the channel. Been supporting since day one since it became available. Appreciate you, Mark, for that. Forever and always, big dog. Forever and always. Aisha said, I meant to say spit. From now on, before every game, we're throwing spit at the referees. That's a crazy one. The Knicks dribble out the clock. It is 101-92, and the Knicks pull out the victory. So we're no streams tomorrow. If anything, if I come home and feel like it after work, we might set up and do Magic Heat. But what we will end up doing on Sunday Sunday we'll do Timberwolves Thunder at 1. And then we'll do Pistons Raptors. And then obviously we'll end the night with Warriors Knicks. So we might do that. So no stream tomorrow, but we'll try to get 3 streams up on Sunday to make up for it. All right, as the Knicks take down the Pacers here tonight. So that is the plan for Saturday. That's the plan for this weekend. As of right now, no stream on Saturday, but if I'm feeling up to it, I might get home early enough to set up for Magic Heat, and then we might do that one. Because Magic and the Heat both playing extremely well. As a matter of fact, I believe they're both on long win streaks. Yeah, Orlando with 6 and Miami with 7. 6-game win streak and 7-game win streak. So if anything, we might do Orlando, Miami tomorrow. That should be a good one. But if not, we are going to try and do 3 streams on Sunday as we have been doing these past couple of Sundays. I think, post football Sundays, the NBA tries to take over the Sunday slate, and they have games from early afternoon to the end of the night. So, I'd like to take advantage of that as much as we can because I normally don't work on Sundays. So that is the best opportunity for us to get in as much NBA action as we can. So, as of right now, nothing scheduled for tomorrow. Maybe we'll do Orlando, Miami if I am up to it. I might be too tired, but we'll see. But we'll definitely get at least 2 games in on Sunday, and we'll probably try and get the 3rd game in as we usually do. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Let's go around the league one last time here on this Friday night edition. Also, Friday Night Knicks. Forgot to mention that. Friday Night Knicks here tonight, and the Knicks pulled it off. Suns and Raptors locked in a tight one. It looks like the Raptors are going to pull it off. 5-point lead over the Suns. Big time win for the Raptors, who've been slipping down the standings here. Pelicans, Rockets still locked in a tight one early in the 4th. The late night game's about to tip off in about 10 minutes. Timberwolves, Warriors here. The games that have already concluded, Cavs dominated the Mavericks. Pistons blew it open. Not really. 16-point win over the Grizzlies. Nice, decent victory. And the Knicks eventually pulled away at the end of their 9-point lead over the Pacers, 101-92. And with that being said, it's going to wrap up our night. Shout out to everybody. Shout out Get Off My Lawn Records and the Jazz Destroyers, of course, for sponsoring the halftime show. And shout out to all of our channel members for sponsoring the channel. Right? Supporting the channel, whether you were gifted a membership or you decided to become a member all on your own. I appreciate the support nonetheless, and I appreciate the support of everybody who just tunes in and watches and hangs out with us as we watch these basketball games, right? Basketball is my favorite sport. I hope you guys can tell the love I have for the sport, not just for my favorite team in the Knicks, but I truly love this game. It has been absolutely an insane year in terms of growth. I was going through the analytics the other night. We have almost tripled where we were. We started the season around 1,600 subscribers. We are now sitting at 3,500. Insane growth. Did not expect that this year. I'm very gracious. Also, we averaged around like 150 concurrent viewers last year. This year, we are well into like 350, 400. For Knicks games and even non-Knicks games, we're usually hovering around 200. So I appreciate all of the support, guys. We're not going to stop. We're never going to stop. We're going to do this till the end of time. I'm going to be 78 years old still doing this because I love it. I really can't express. I don't know the words. I don't know how to be gracious. I don't know how. But understand that I am truly gracious for the opportunity that you guys have presented to me to be able to just hang out with people. Because best believe I remember the days of sitting down for 3 hours to stream a basketball game, and we would have like 10 total viewers and like 3 concurrent viewers, and 2 of them from me. Sitting on alt accounts to try and boost the numbers. So I definitely remember those days. And, now before I even hit the go live button, I look at the stream, as I go to set up, and there's 20 people waiting in the room, before I even hit go live. So best believe I am very, very gracious that I know no matter how tired I am, no matter how much I want to go, I don't want to cover that. I just want to lay down and watch a TV show and just relax, or I just want to watch this game by myself in a dark room and not have to commentate over it. Now every time I come here and there's like 20 people waiting in the room and I'm like, oh, nah, this is going to be fun. Let's talk basketball. It's so much fun every single night now. And I love that we pivoted to doing every single night. It's truly, truly been an insane year. And we still have like 2 months to go. We have till June. We have so much more basketball to cover and so much more high-level basketball to cover as we wind down the regular season and then we really start the party going into the playoffs. So I can't wait. I hope you guys are ready, and I'm ready to do it all over again. Maybe tomorrow, but definitely on Sunday. But with that being said, Bruce Fowler, John Corley, Mark, K. Hazy, AP, George, D. Grant, K. Hazy, Roger G. Wall, and everybody else in the chat, I appreciate you guys. Remember to brush your teeth before bed. Stay hydrated, and I'll catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.